Full house. You are live. Hello, hello, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday to each and every one. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Breathing a bit heavy, literally just running the house.
Has to
Literally
do what we
just
have to do, right?
ran in the house, guys. Hope everyone is having a very great Friday, start of the weekend. So I know everybody is looking forward to a restive weekend for those of us who will not be working on the weekend. And for those of us who will be working on the weekend, I hope that work will be pleasant and not too hectic for you guys on the weekend. I know what that can be like working on a weekend. Guys, let me just, as usual, set up here. Oh my goodness. Byron, you have your phone? Which one of the
Yes.
phones going off? Alright, guys. Just give me 1 minute here. And guys, remember to like up the live as you come in. And if you have a platform and can share us out, please do so. Please do so. It will be greatly appreciated. And remember, guys, to watch the ads. The ads are important. It's still looking nice. Which one again going off? Sorry, guys. Oh my God.
Okay.
This one going off too.
Walking purpose, Miss Monica. Big up yourself. Welcome aboard, Miss Monica, as always. And we do appreciate you being here. Thank you very much.
Okay, I hope that's all the noise taken care of. Sorry, guys. As I said, we literally just ran through the door, just came off the road.
Oh yeah.
So welcome, welcome again, everyone. And for those of us who are in television land, welcome. Thank you so much for being here as well. And for all our silent viewers, welcome, welcome, welcome to you as well. And happy Friday to each and every one. Okay, let's acknowledge those persons who have been waiting in the chat, and then we will get started. So Tiffany said, thumbs up. Done, not feeling well. I might be here but can't participate because of how I'm feeling. Love you all. Oh, I hope you feel better soon, Tiffany. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, hope you get well soon, Tiffany.
Okay, she says, for me, it's a 50-50 because sometimes the wrong person get framed for a crime they didn't commit. But if it can be proven that the person really commits the crime, then do it. Okay, so we'll get back to that. She's just contributing to the topic
yeah.
for tonight. And then she has another contribution there.
Yes.
And then Truck Life saying, Mystic Sensation, respect and blessings every time. Respect and
every time,
blessings
Truck
to
Life.
you too, Truck Life. Likewise to you. Really love and appreciate you, and thanks for the support. And Sidonie is here saying, waiting.
All right.
And Truck Life is saying, Tiffany, blessings to you, and I hope you feel better soon. Yes, everybody is showing the same sentiment. Really hope she feels better soon. Truck Life is saying, Sidonie, bless up. And Sidonie is saying blessings to Truck Life. She's also saying hey to Tiffany. And Tiffany is saying showing love to Sidonie. And Sidonie is saying good night, Mystics. Good night again, Sidonie. Happy Friday. And thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate your continued support. And Truck Life is showing us some virtual heart as well. And Tiffany is saying, remember to thumbs up the live stream and share it out if you can. Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for that reminder, Tiffany. Really appreciate that. And Ricardo is in the building saying blessings to everyone. Blessings and enough love to you, Ricardo. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. And Tiffany is saying, Ricardo, and showing him virtual love. And Truck Life is saying, good night, Mystic Sensation. Glad to see you guys again. Good night again, Truck Life, and glad to have you here again. Really appreciate you. Continuously coming. It's Friday. Yeah, because I have not eaten yet. I am thirsty and hungry. And Miss Monica is saying thumbs up. Thank you so much, Miss Monica, for being here. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate your continued support. Really love and appreciate you as well. And Tiffany is giving Ricardo is giving Tiffany a virtual hug. Sorry, I had a cup of beer if you don't mind. Thanks. And Miss Monica is saying, Truck Life, you're good. And Tiffany is saying, Miss Monica, welcome, giving us a virtual heart. Giving her virtual heart. Sorry, and Truck Life is saying, walking purpose blessings. And farming is in the building. Welcome, Stacy. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. She's saying, hey, Mystic. Thank you so much. Sorry, guys. I am very thirsty and hungry. I haven't gotten a chance to eat yet. And Farmin is saying hello to everyone. And Tiffany is saying Stacy and showing her a virtual heart. And Ricardo is saying Miss Monica and showing her a virtual hug. And Farming is saying in traffic. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Farming, well, she can't hear me, so I'll thank her again when she comes in. And Ricardo is showing Stacy virtual hug. Stacy is saying, hey, Tiffany, and with exclamation. So she's saying a loud hey there. And Miss Monica is saying blessings to Tiffany. Truck Life is saying, I'm good, Miss Monica. How are you? Beautiful. And Stacy is saying hey to Ricardo. And Stacy is also saying hey to Miss Monica. And Ricardo is saying get well soon to Tiffany and giving her a hug. And Miss Monica is telling Truck Life that she is good. And Truck Life, Farman is saying hey to Truck Life. So lots of greetings going on right now. And Miss Monica is saying to get well soon also. So Tiffany, so everybody is wishing her well. Farman is still in traffic. And Ricardo is saying Truck Life, showing him strength. And Sydney is saying, Miss Monica, good night. And Tiffany is saying, thanks, guys. 1 sec. And Miss Monica is saying, can't be long, phone freezing. Okay, no problem, Miss Monica. Really appreciate the time you spent giving us as whatever amount of support you can. Really appreciate it. And Stacy is saying, get well soon as well to Tiffany. Sydney is saying, Stacy, good night. Miss Monica is saying hi to Sister Sydney. Family is saying hey to Sydney. Truck Life is showing Ricardo some respect, giving him a fist bump. And Miss Monica is saying, congratulations, you are monetized. Yes, Miss Monica, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Congratulations. Yeah, we're yet to do the monetization party, but that's still coming. I know it's long coming, but it's coming. Miss Monica is saying Stacy blessings. And Shadeen is saying hello to everyone. So Shadeen Homestyle Cooking is here in the building. Welcome, Shadeen. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate the support. And Miss Monica is saying hello to Shadeen. Shadeen is also saying hello to Miss Monica. And Shadeen is also saying hello to Stacy. And Miss Monica is saying, oh, we come a long way. Good friends better than pocket money. So true. Yes. So true, Miss Monica. It is so true. And Ricardo is saying Shadeen blessings, showing virtual hug. And Miss Monica is saying Ricardo blessings. Shadeen is saying Sydney hello. And Farman is saying hello to Shadeen. And Farman is also saying traffic can move slow. Oh my goodness, it must be long. Must be a long pile up. Hope everybody is okay in that traffic. Nothing happened ahead. Okay, I'll see you as soon as you get out of traffic. Well, she's still not hearing me. And Sydney is saying hi to Shadeen. Happy Friday. Okay, again, happy Friday to everyone. So, the topic for tonight is...
should capital punishment be resumed?
Okay,
I'm
so
really passionate about this topic.
guys, we want it to be an open discussion because I think everybody should be weighing in on this one because it's affecting each and every one of us, and
So true.
something needs to be done. Something definitely needs to be done because things are getting too well. It's gotten out of hand, and it's even getting worse as the days go by. Some gruesome things have been happening, and
Exactly.
I really, really can't believe that this is our little country that you have people running amok and behaving as if they are barbarians and stuff. Just
Acting primitive.
well, really, yeah,
That's what
acting
it is.
primitive, just preying on innocent individuals for no reason. Whether you're involved or not, you are a potential victim.
Yeah, so true. So as my wife said that we need persons to engage on this topic because as she rightly said that of course it should be a concern for all of us. But guys, before I get into the meat of the matter, right? Last night was a fun night for my wife and I because we tune in on similar TV, right? And I'm telling you, we enjoyed ourselves as it relates to his topic, right? Doing reason passionately and rightly so, right? And defend his point of view, right? So I really like that. So people, make sure say at least right tune in to similar TV and engage. Really an inspiration that we got as it relates to his discussion. Right, was a really really good conversation. I enjoyed it last night, to say the least. I really enjoyed it. Now, so let me create a background in terms of the topic here as it relates to should capital punishment be resumed. But before I get into that, I want to just give you the background, right? And one of the reasons why it becomes a major concern to us, right, as it relates to what being unfolding on what we are seeing in front of our very eyes, right, and on the news, and it is getting from bad to worse and from worse to worse, right? So we have to deal with that situation, and let us see how much we can brainstorm around the situation. Now, couple of days back, we have witnessed the crucial beheaded, right, of an individual, right, and the persons who have done that, right, had posed, right, the action over social media. Such a gruesome act, right, where you're actually witnessing, right, such, you understand, a vicious killing like that. So we wonder each time we think that no, it cannot be worse. It seems like we have lowered the bar partially each week, right? And we have seen the situation getting worse and worse and worse. And it seems like the society, right, appears to be numb to say what could be a possible deterrent, right, to make this sort of crisis over our island, right, desist, right? We have seen the crippling crime rate, and right, we are worrisome as it relates to what is happening, right? The gruesome killing, and no one showing any form of remorse and so forth, right? Now, again, also what's shocking to us as recent as Thursday, right? We have this criminal, Lindell Powell, aka Lazarus, right, from the Kings Valley gang, got 12 years for a double murder he committed based on a plea bargain done between the defense team and the prosecution team. Now, let us really think about that as it relates to a man gotten off a double murder. Not really gotten off, but you have to say partially gotten off. I'm getting 12 years for a double murder as a result of plea bargain. Now, I have to really think about, the conditions and under which he has received that 12 years as it relates to that plea bargain, right? Plea bargain act, right? And now we have the DPP who is actually appealing that situation. But we are going to get into this a little further down the chat. So again, we want to look into the chat and see if we can answer and clear the chat a bit, right? And then we get into the meat of the matter.
Okay, so Someone was saying hi, happy Friday, and Nika is in the building. Welcome, Lanika. Bless you, saying blessings. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate the support. Thank you. And Ricardo is saying hey to Sidney. And Shadeen is saying you're welcome host. Thank you again, Shadeen. And Ricardo is saying I'm looking forward to this discussion. And Farming is saying she's out now. Okay, thank you so much for that, Farming, and welcome again. Thank you so much for enduring that traffic to get in. And welcome. Happy Friday to you. And Shadeen is saying hello to Ricardo. And Sidney is saying happy Friday, Ricardo. And Sidney is saying Ellie, happy Friday. So she's saying happy Friday to Nika. I'm going to go back up to Tiffany's contribution to the topic. So she was saying, for me, it's a 50-50 because sometimes the wrong person gets framed for a crime they didn't commit. But if it can be proven that the person really commits the crime, then do it.
Okay. Which is fair.
Most of the persons committing these crimes are persons who have been to the prison before, and they're saying, you know that word already, and I will again, are them used to prison life, so get rid of them. Yes.
Okay, so all right. When I heard the Prime Minister, right, contemplating, right, whether or not, right, moving forward with capital punishment, right, I want to just make, right, the citizenry be aware as it relates to capital punishment and where it is. Because I did some research, right, and to my surprise, I realized that capital punishment is still a legal consequence and or within our laws. So it has not been abolished. So for persons who are acting the way they are acting, right, it is just to say to you that, okay, all right, it is just for the Prime Minister to just go ahead and give and give that permission for that,
the green light,
right, to be executed, for that to resume. So it has not been abolished. So the fact is that the Jamaican government had resumed capital punishment in August 1980. And the last person to be executed was Nathan Foster in 1988, right, as a result of an aggravated killing committed by him. However, Amnesty International recommend the abolition of the death penalty, but the Jamaican government resists this because of the continuous aggravated killings that's still committing today. So when we are talking about, the resumption of the capital punishment, it shouldn't be a conversation. It is on the books, right? The conversation is that why the government is not using it, right? So Here we are today having this discussion about the resumption of capital punishment, right? The discussion, as I said, should not be that the government needs to follow, right, the law that is already legislated, right? I do believe that the majority of us Jamaicans want to see this law, capital punishment, in action when it comes to aggravated killing. And for me, right, this will definitely serve as a deterrent, right? So for persons who believe that, okay, I am taking the side to say that I believe that the capital punishment will definitely serve as a deterrent, right? If, of course, we resume it. So for persons who believe that, okay, all right, it will serve as a deterrent, can, mention it in the chat and explain why you think that it is a deterrent. For me, I think that in the early 70s and 80s, one of the reasons why I believe it is a deterrent for me, we did not see the sort of crime statistics that we are seeing, the sort of numbers in killing that we are seeing based on the crime statistics in the early 70s, right, and early 80s. Now, what we have seen that since that situation being slowed down, right, being, I would say, temporary out of use, then from the late 80s upwards to current, we have seen such an escalation as it relates to the crime stat. Now, I think that for what is happening, if we don't utilize some form of stringent measures, then of course, there is not going to be any check with those criminals, right? We have seen it get from bad to worse and from worse to worse. We start to see persons start to behead in person. And it appears as if, based on what is happening, that other gangsters are competing with other gangsters to say, okay, which one of us can do it, can do a number three in the most horrible way, right? And so then when you look, you see that the situation is just getting from bad to worse, right? And it's as if the entire society being numb under that condition, right? There's no stopping. We have seen that we have made certain examples as it relates to police, dealing with certain processes, and there is no check, right? So then, let us utilize, I think that if we are to utilize the death penalty, right, so to speak, that will definitely put a check. And one of the reasons for me saying that, as I said earlier, it's based on statistics. Because in the 60s, 70s, right, and early 80s, when the death penalty was active then, we have not seen the statistics, right, that we are seeing right now as it relates to, you understand, the number three playing out in the statistics, the number three rate playing out in the statistics. And so then we have to find some stringent measure. We have to use the statistics, the data that we have, the data that is already existed, and look on the data, analyze the data, and said, okay, all right, when this was in use, actively in use, during the 60s, 70s, go back and check the statistics. What was the crime rate then while the death penalty was instituted? And now, you will realize that, okay, the slowdown of capital punishment, or the temporary relief and capital punishment within the 80s, because the last person who have gotten the capital punishment, as I said, right, was Nathan Foster in 1988. So after that, look what happened. Look on the spiral, right? Statistics that now we have. Let me read some of the chat and get in terms of,
What
so
people
we
are
can
saying.
answer, because persons are interacting, and I like that. Seeing some few responses from Miss Monica as well.
Okay, so Miss Monica is saying, sorry. So Lanika was endorsing something that you said,
Okay.
said true. Yes, she's talking about what you're saying about the crime, the deterrence. And Miss Monica is saying, yes, as it relates to the topic, the only thing I'm sorry for is when an innocent man goes to prison. Yes, because sometimes that happens. Innocent people do get blamed for things that they have not done.
Yes.
Anika said we need harsh
Punishment.
punishment. Yes, we do. And she said it's getting from bad to worse. That's Miss Monica.
It's a
a
demons in them.
No acts of punishment.
Punishing them. Nigeria don't afraid. Because Nigeria does.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, okay.
And that's what Miss Monica is saying in terms of Miss Monica point. Right? We have to get something stringent, right, as it relates to what is going to serve as deterrent. What is going to serve as a deterrent, you understand, for these criminals to desist, right? There is no slowing down. No slowing down. And it seems like the past year, the previous year, right? The current year always seems to be competing against, right, to go beyond, you understand, the previous year, right? Because if we look for the last 3 years, right, it is just escalating, right? And it just seems like no one has any answer, right, to deal with this situation. So we cannot be sitting down, our judiciary system cannot be sitting down procrastinating whether or not the death penalty should be resumed, right? The death penalty is legally there on the system, right? So it is not like the death penalty was abolished. So for persons who are behaving, for those criminals who are behaving in such a way and believe that we have abolished the death penalty, let me tell you something, and let me tell people out there, right? You have the wrong idea. The death penalty is still on the books, still legal. It's just for the system to utilize it. Now, what we are seeing now, let me tell you something. I think that majority of us Jamaican want to see that being utilized, right, to serve as a deterrent, right, because we know that it is going to be a deterrent. We have statistics that proven to be so, right, because as I said earlier, as it relates to when it was active, right, what sort of numbers that we were seeing in comparison to now, we weren't seeing that number. So guess what? We need to have it reactivate in the system, right? Now, the thing is, I want to point, to some issues as it relates to also the increase of gang within our society, right? The increase of gang in our society. Because look at it, and the extension of the force of the gang. The incident that causes the beheading of an individual last week, because I think we all should aware of it, right? Now, the incident that caused, and I want people to understand this, look at this. The incident that caused the beheading of that individual was to the fact that it's an incident that began not in Jamaica. People just listen. The incident that caused the beheading of that individual is not an incident that began in Jamaica. It's an incident that occurred, right, in Florida, right? And the reach that the gang has, because they are claiming that a friend, right, execute one of their friends. And as a result of that, you can't catch Harry, you hold him shut, and you come to Jamaica to hold on for Harry's shot, right? You go to the uncle's home, right? And I don't know right? The person could, you're not even aware of the situation. And just because he's uncle of the person who you pursue, right? You take the man out of his house forcefully, right? And you take him away, right? And sever his head to show an example of what? So, people, this is the very seriousness why we have to be concerned. Have to be concerned. And you know why we have to be concerned? None of us, right? None of us sometimes know what our family members involved in.
True.
Just think of it, you know. Look what happened to that guy where he has his head severed
Another part
and
of
may
his body
not
dismembered.
and may not cognizant of even the reason for his death. So then, any of us who moving to and fro in Jamaica, right? We don't know what, when we go to our bed, what our family members are doing, right? What are they doing? We have no control over their behavior. So that's my point. To knowing that, of course, you don't have any control over your nephew behavior, right? Or your niece behavior, or whatever extended family. And then because they are pursuing him and they can't catch him, when you look, they come at your yard for you. And you are a hardworking person. You have your objectives, you have your life intact, right? And your work, you understand, for provide your bread. You're not in the criminal activities, but because you're related. So this is why I bring this topic, right? Because guess what? None of us, right, can escape this if this is the situation. If someone who is going to, right, because they can't catch a particular family member, right, go and, you understand, create mayhem and another family member, then come on. That's primitive behavior. You understand? And the carelessness. So let us go into the chat and see what we can, interact and hear what the people are saying in the chat.
Okay, so before we go into the chat, I just wanted to say that when you were talking about in the 70s,
Yes,
where the statistic was lower,
yeah,
although you had capital punishment, the capital punishment served as a deterrent. But we have to remember that in the 70s, we had a different creed of people. In the 70s, life was valued more than it's valued now, because we
I
are
agree with you.
dealing with a different breed of youngsters in society. They have no respect for life. They have no respect for property. They have no respect for nobody. They are a selfish, self-centered, self-entitled set of generation that we're dealing with right now. It's all about me, me, me. And they don't care about the extended family members when they go out there and do certain things. And they know the repercussions when they get into these gangs, sometimes what's going to happen. I'm not saying that persons are not coerced into gangs against their will. That happens too, depending on your geographic location.
Yeah.
But you have a set of young men now who make up the mind that they're not going to work for John, they now work for Jack, they now work for Harry, but they want everything under the sun to make them comfortable, and they're coming at you for what you're working for, and they're not leaving you to point your finger at them, right? And then
yeah, go ahead, finish.
Okay, and then all of their nonsense, all of their wrongdoings and whatever end up falling down on the family member if they decide to take away themselves, head to the hills or whatever until it cool down. But then the family member is left in the heat, and poor family member not even know what is out there doing.
Okay. So my take on that, honey, is I do agree in terms of what you said there. However, I want to lament on that a bit, because you spoke of that we are dealing with a different creed of people, right? And I believe that, okay, the situation is that we talk about culture that evolve over the years, consistent behavior that evolve over the years. So in the 60s and the 70s, when we were utilizing the capital punishment, right, so to speak, right? We did see lower numbers, but you have to understand that there's a root cause for this current issue. The root cause that I believe is to the fact that those parents back then, right?
Are more disciplined in terms of.
Well, but what I'm coming at, right? Because these children now were acting the way they are acting right now. These children have parents. So this is what I'm saying. And let me create the root cause, right? Coming from the 60s and the 70s. If we had developed a firm, disciplined structure, right? Where those parents in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s coming down. So what we are talking about now is parental guidance, good home structure. Because what happened, if you look back now in a Jamaica history, and what seems to be the nature of the beast that we are carrying out right now, is to the fact that we don't, majority of us, I mean, if it's speak the truth, don't have good home structure. The reason for me to say that, and might be people will batch me, but the reason for me to say that we didn't develop good, solid home structure and pass it on, where we have proper parental guidance. So I want people to just understand where I am coming from in the chat, where that is concerned. Because remember, to have a good, strong home, you need a solid foundation. So if a house is going to be built and the foundation is weak, then it is more rationally to say that's a weak home. Now, if a house is to be built and the foundation is solid, the foundation is strong, then it's rational to say that that is a strong foundation. So we are not to just jump by and just adding blame to these current youths. This is what I'm saying, Oni. What should have happened is the home structure that developed within the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and in the current
90s.
Right, and in the current 2000. Because guess what? What I'm talking about, people, many family, right, in Jamaica has sort of a one-parent structured family. A large percent of us, because, you know, I don't want people to believe that I'm bashing the culture, but a large percentage of us, right, came from a single parent home. So, and it happened from in the 60s, 70s coming up. A lot of single parent home. And what you have most of the time, right, the men in the society back then believe that, okay, you understand, they are done if them have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 women pregnant. You understand? And that family is a scattered family. Scattered family. So there was no discipline in terms of the structure, where you have mother and father in the home, right? And the family of a good basis of a solid structure, right? So if you have that, and we were practicing that as a culture, and majority of that spilled out in the society, we would have a better society. But guess what? Most of those children that grew up in the 60s and 70s are from single parent home and hardly get any support from the father. The mother alone were tiling. The mother alone were buckling. And so then most of those youths, because they did not have a father at home, I believe that's where the discipline breaks down, right? And it becomes a culture. You understand? From the 60s, 70s, 80s coming up, it becomes a solid culture amongst us, right? So majority of us, you understand, grew up in a single parent home, right? Maybe if I should ask the chat right now, right? Majority of us in the chat have that experience. They don't really grow up with a mommy and daddy that build a good structure. So let us read the chat and see what is happening there.
Okay, guys. So I see you guys have been busy there. So Stacey was saying that's the only sad part, an innocent person going into prison.
Yes.
And Miss Monica is saying just yesterday a young man pled guilty to 2 counts of murder. All him get is some 12 years.
All right,
lives were lost.
Miss Monica, we are going to discuss that and break that down in the detail. We are going to discuss that because that is just madness.
And Nika is saying, I saw on the news that a man, okay.
2 persons and
a
get
man,
12 years.
you did what?
2 persons and get
12 years,
12 years in jail.
To me, that's nothing. That getting 12 years to relax and eat taxpayers' money.
Okay, amen. Right? So we're going to talk about that.
And Lanika is saying, think I'm talking about the same thing, Miss Monica. And Miss Monica is saying, agree, Nika, with you. And Richie Rich Jamaican Kitchen is in the building saying good night all. Good night, Richie Rich. Happy Friday to you. And welcome. Thank you so much for the continued support. Really appreciate it. And Miss Monica is saying yes. And Lanika is saying, I support the death penalty, 100%. And Richie Rich is saying, hey. Richie is also saying hello to Nika. Stacy saying hello to Richie, saying good night. And Richie is saying good night to Farming. Nika is saying hey to Stacy. Nika is also saying, right, none of us know. So she said that when we're talking about what our family members are out there doing and
yes,
then
exactly.
trouble come knocking at our doors.
Silly, crazy.
And Stacy saying hey to Lanika, and Lanika is saying we can encourage them to do better, but we cannot change them.
Yeah.
And Chillin is in the building. Chillin with Ali and Mali saying good night, host and chat. Good night, Chillin. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Happy Friday to you. And Chillin is saying in traffic. Oh, she's not hearing all of that, so she's in traffic. I think she may be in by now. I hope so.
Yeah.
I think she may be in by now. And Richie is saying good night, Chillin. And Farmin is saying good night to Chillin as well. And Chillin is saying Stacy and showing her virtual heart. And Tara is in the building. T-Day Delicious Cooking. Tara Smith-Jarrett. Blessings to everyone. Blessings to you as well, Tara. And thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate the support. Happy Friday to you. And Stacy saying blessings to Tara. Ricardo is blessing up Tara as well. And Richie is also saying hello to Tara. Oops. And Tara is saying soon be out of traffic. Okay, I think she may be out by now. Anika is saying blessings everyone. Chillin is saying in no. So yes, she heard all of that. She was in.
Right.
Okay, great. And Tara is saying blessings to everyone. Nika is saying right. So she's endorsing something that was said. And Tara is saying change has to take place from within.
Okay, so that's
true. And another point I wanted to make is that where the breakdown in the home comes is that we have a lot of children having children, and that contributes to a lot of the breakdown with the discipline,
right?
Because you cannot have children trying to discipline children.
No, because obviously
they're children themselves. The persons who are having these young ones need nurturing themselves. So you have big breakdown there as well.
Exactly, and that's a very solid point that you touch, honey, as it relates to children having children, right? Because I mean, where that sort of parental guidance is going to come from, because they are children, right? They are children. So that being said, the thing is that as a result, even of that, children having children, from that, most of the time, it brings a lot of delinquent children, right? Because those children don't have any form of good parental guidance to pass down, right? And you have a lot of delinquent children back then, and these current so-called how should I put it, predators, let me just say that, right? If you check their history, if you check majority of their history, you would realize that they have some delinquent problem from in the early age, right? Early age. But you know, let me just jump on what Miss Monica said as it relates to the person who had gotten 12 years sentence, right? Which I think it just pushes out the wind out of a lot of us who sort of want to have faith in the system. Now, for me, as it relates to pre-bargain, right? Yeah,
No,
okay.
You're good.
Yeah, for me, as it relates to pre-bargain and the way I understand pre-bargain to work, if someone, who are expert in the chat, as it relates to might be the judiciary process, right, can also give their input. But for somebody to plea and a double murder and got 12 years, it is unbelievable. It is unbelievable. And let me tell you why it is unbelievable. For me, in terms of knowing how a pre-bargain work. A pre-bargain work is when the prosecution team, right, has a case that they are not certain how the judge may determine the case based on the evidence that the prosecution have. So then, if the prosecution believe that there are one or two gaps in their case as it relates to how the investigator deals with the whole chain of evidence, right? As it relates to the collection of evidence, the preservation of evidence, and the storage of evidence, and there is some little crack, and the prosecution is not sure how the judge might determine. The prosecution may offer a plea bargain, or if the prosecution may want to strengthen his the prosecution team want to strengthen their case. The prosecution team, right, may offer a plea bargain in instances like, for example, the Klansman trial. So then, what the plea bargain is for is to seal the prosecution case. That particular person may be the prosecution crown witness, right? So then the prosecution will offer a plea bargain. Now the defense team, on the other hand, the way how I know it works, may look on the offer and say, you know what, circumstantial evidence, and I am not sure the way how the judge is also going to determine. So the prosecution team, the defense team may say, okay, let us meet in the middle. And they do a compromise, right? So they will say, okay, all right, I'm offering you a plea bargain based on the nature of the crime. So offering that plea bargain now, it comes with the nature of the crime. So let us look on the nature of a crime. This is not a robbery, right? This is aggravated murder, so to speak, right? This is an aggravated murder. So what I want to understand, right, because to let the chat be aware, the DPP is also saddened by the fact that the judge has given Lindell Powell, aka Lazarus, 12 years for a double murder. So let me speak about that. Now, Lindell Powell, aka Lazarus, right? Now, the person them who him kill, him can't go raise them, yet him name Lazarus.
He raised.
Right? Him can't go raise them. You understand my deal with? So watch this now. When you are handing down justice from a judge. To me, what I believe that a judge need to take in consideration, the judge has to take in consideration that when I pass this judgment, it strike a balance between the punishment for the defendant and justice being done for the victim. Now, the victim of this situation, as it relates to the two murder committed by Lindell Powell, just imagine how the witness, how the victim, family is feeling. Just imagine, right, what the sort of emotional state, the situation here, bring the victim family in. This seems like it just take away all the justice
From the family.
from the family.
That's exactly what it is.
This is exactly what it is. So let us go down, let us look deep in terms of what you would call the plea bargain act.
Just hurt the family all over
Right?
again.
Because number one, apart from why it is so ridiculous, the two murder that he pleaded on wasn't his first rodeo. Wasn't his first rodeo. Right? Previous offense to that was that this man was caught with a firearm and ammunition. Prior to this incident that he got the 12 years plea bargain on. And for me, if you're caught with a firearm based on the nature of the crime, right, that the consequence, I think, for firearm, you can get up to 5 years. An ammunition charge is different. So for the illegal possession of firearm, you can get up to 5 years in the circuit court. The circuit court has the power, right, and let me just break it down for the people. The circuit court has the power to sentence any person from 3 years to life imprisonment. Right? For people, let me make you understand something. Life sentence is also different from life imprisonment. A life sentence constitutes of 15 years. Life imprisonment simply means to spend a life in prison. Now, the circuit court has the power, you understand, to sentence people as it relates to those penalties. The resident magistrate court doesn't have that power. The resident magistrate court can sentence people maybe from 3 months to, I think, the maximum they can go is 3 years. So you have different levels, right? Because, and the reason why you have different levels, let me say it, is because you have different weight of the crime, different weight of the charge. Okay. So for misdemeanors, right, and certain, low grade charge, petty crimes, right, that will be dealt with in the RM court. Misdemeanors and so forth will be dealt with in the RM court, where you can get 3 months up to 3 years, max in the RM court. You can't get more than 3 years in the RM court. Now, the circuit court deals with the big fish. So the circuit court, yes, you can get life imprisonment. The death penalty can impose on you in the circuit court. So I am just giving you the understanding between the RM court and the circuit court. I am getting to the plea bargain, and I am getting to the particular judge. So for Lindell, aka Lazarus, to have committed a felony, right? To commit a felony, because remember, we don't utilize felony in the RM court. The felony goes into the circuit court because that is a more serious charge. So for Lindell, right, to have done, right, a felony offense already, charged for gun and ammunition, and then only got 18 months. Remember, you know, just look at it. Got 18 months for a gun charge, right? An ammunition charge. While the gun charge, right, he can get up to 5 years. But people in the chat, I want you to just see where I'm going with this and why we need to look at the judge. Because we soon catch film part, you know. You understand? We soon catch film part, but I break it down to you people so you understand. So for Lindell, for this guy, who's a part of a gang, known gang, you understand, who had caught with gun and ammunition and get 18 months. Now, 18 months, you know, where, as I said, the firearm charge alone should be 5 years. He can get up to 5 years. However, I don't know why he got 18 months, but yeah, he got 18 months. Okay. Now, let us move on. After that, this man doesn't control his behavior. The 18 months wasn't a deterrent to him. What happened after the 18 months? Oops! 2 murder. The very same person, Lindell Powell, committed a double murder after coming off a felony charge of firearm and ammunition. Just imagine that the person the judge who was responsible to give him only 18 months then had now created an opportunity for this man to commit another crime, so that two persons fall a victim of him. Right? 2 persons fall a victim of him. So let me get into the meat now of the matter, or you want to clear the chat up? Okay, all right. So we are coming back to dealing with the plea bargain.
And okay, guys, the link have been pinned, so anyone who wants to come up, feel free to do so if you want to come in and join in the discussion.
And this time I'm looking out for you guys if you're coming up. I have a customer missing them.
We're not paying attention to the front door or the back door at all. Okay. So Tara, okay, that's where we're at. Stop. Change has to take place from within. And Raymond Bless is in the building saying, hey guys, good night, Raymond. Happy Friday to you. And thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Welcome. And Raymond is saying hello to Lanika. Chillin is saying Richie Rich. She's saying hello to Richie Rich. And Lanika is saying hello to Raymond. Raymond is saying having children is biblical. That is so true.
Yep.
Anika is saying, hey, Ali and Mali. Sidonie is saying, happy Friday, Tara. And Raymond is also saying, Sidonie, honey. And Lanika is saying 12 years just showing the criminals that they can basically get away freely. Of course, that's a message they're sending.
Of course.
Loud and clear.
Remember I said it to you?
Loud and clear. And Chilin is saying, I believe they need to resume to the capital punishment. People nowadays get into wicked consequences for every action. Yeah.
So true. Do agree with you,
Chilin. An eye for an eye now and a tooth for a tooth. That's where we need
to agree with you, Chilin. Big myself for that contribution.
And Tara is saying the court system is a joke.
Yeah.
When a man can take off his partner's head clean, then go to court and plead guilty and get 7 years, which runs concurrently. So it's doing 3.5 years.
Yes, because they run concurrently.
So it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, man, another solid contribution, TJ. Big up yourself for that. That is so true.
And Kai is saying hello, host and chat in traffic. She's out of traffic by now. Welcome, Cara. Sorry, Kai. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate the continued support and happy Friday to you. Welcome. And Miss Monica is saying hi to Ali and Mali, and Tara is saying it's like they killed the victim all over again.
So true, TJ.
It's true. And the family suffering just starts all over again.
But we're going to get into it.
Like it just happened.
Yeah.
And Nika is saying justice system was shake up. Was shake up.
Madness, man.
Haul up, pull up, everything up.
Right.
And Farman is saying agree, Chilling and Tara. So she's agreeing what's been said there. And Kai is saying hey to TJ and showing her virtual heart. Farman is saying hey to Kai. And Miss Monica is saying, so Baron, that give them the edge to kill and get away.
Of
Yes.
Of course,
And that's
Miss
why they're
Monica.
so brazen, because before people used to take nights and do their rounds. Now broad daylight,
Exactly.
as soon as the sun come up, them out there.
But I mean,
it's like a 9 to 5.
exactly. Right.
And when night come, they're sleeping like the regular person who does 9 to 5. So it's just ridiculous.
Just ridiculous.
And Sidonie saying happy Friday, Raymond, and Kai saying hey Stacy, and Sidonie saying happy Friday, Kai, and Kai saying hey to Sidonie, and Miss Monica is saying I'm telling you the gates of hell shall not prevail against us.
Of course, yeah. Agree with that, Miss Monica. We can't make it prevail against us. We have to speak out against. We have to be like John the Baptist, Miss Monica.
So if you want your right hand offender, you take it off.
Man, look.
And Kai saying happy Friday, Hun Sidonie. There has to be serious consequences for their action, because what they're doing now, it's just not working. And as soon as they get rid of one, 2 more pop up. And TJ saying everyone is catching on to the fact that if they do not waste the court's time, they are already in consideration for a lesser sentence. Yes?
Yep.
All of them do is name taxpayer money. That's all them do. Go in there and get fat. They don't have to worry about a shelter. They don't have to worry about food, where light, water, or anything coming from. They just sit down here and there's fat. They don't even take them out there to clear the bushes on the road or to do anything. You just have them lie down in just eating taxpayer money. Turning Humpty Dumpty. And TJ saying walking purpose high and showing her virtual heart. And Miss Monica is saying for real TJ. So she's agreeing with Tara.
Yes.
And Tara is saying hello to Kai and showing her virtual heart. And Miss Monica is saying blessings Tara. Sorry guys. And Tara is saying, Sidonie is saying hi and showing virtual heart. Miss Monica is, she's correcting a typo.
Yeah.
There. And Beauty Learn to Cook is in the kitchen.
Big up Beauty Learn to Cook. So he's in the kitchen.
Beauty's in the kitchen. There's in the building. Good night, everyone in the chat. Good night, Beauty. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate the support. Thank you. And welcome. Happy Friday to you. She's saying, good night, beautiful host. Blessed Friday. Good night again, Beauty. Thank you so much. And TJ is saying Richie Rich and virtual heart. And Tara is also saying yes. Stacy and showing her virtual heart as well. And Tara is saying there are a lot of drawbacks with this known good court system. The time the case takes to move through the system is punishment itself for victims and victims' family, which is so true.
Exactly. Right.
And Farman is saying good night, Beauty. Tara is saying Jamaican judicial system is a joke.
There's no
period.
I mean, we have to confirm that right now, based on what
Point
happened
blank
there.
And period.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it jumped. Sorry guys, chat just jumped. And Beauty Citrine is in the building saying good night, beautiful, nice reasoning. Thank you so much. And good night, Beauty. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate the support. And she's saying, good night, Stacy. What's up, on? And Beauty Learn to Cook is saying, up, Stacy. And Tara is saying, hello to Beauty Citrine. And family saying, I'm good, Beauty. Thank you. And Beauty is bigging up Tara. And Sidonie is saying, hi, Beauty Hun. Sidonie is saying, hi to Rich. And Beauty is also saying, good night, Sidonie. How are you? And Beauty is saying, please share the live, guys. Important topic. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you so much for that, Beauty, guys. Yes, please share out the live. We need persons to come in and say their piece.
Exactly.
And Sidonie is saying, I'm good, Beauty. And mixing with the Moffats in the building saying, hello, friends. Good night, Moffats. Welcome. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate the support. And feel free to contribute to the discussion, because this is affecting each and every one of us, whether or not we are at home or abroad. It affects us deeply anywhere that we are, knowing that we are Jamaicans, and this is what we're seeing happening in our country right now.
Exactly.
And guys, the link is pinned. Feel free to join in on the discussion. If you want to come up with, feel free to do so. We'll be watching the doorway. And Farmin is saying hello, Moffats, and Moffat is saying hey, Beauty Citrine. And Tara is saying, you see the big dance that is keeping on the prison block. Top shelf liquor and all posts that goes to advertise the dance.
That goes to show that the system is a joke, right? That
Can't
goes to
even,
show you the system is a joke,
can't even speak to that
right?
one really. Can you guys see my comments? Mofat is saying, no, let me see my phone because NetBot is there and I'm not sure if he's doing anything. Sorry, let me just use my phone to go back.
Did we miss?
I'm checking if we missed something because then if we saw her and okay. One sec, guys. Let me just double check something here. My friends mixing. Dance. Can you guys see my comments? Okay, says I came in. I don't know.
Yes,
oh,
guys.
yes. I'm seeing the comments now. Mofats. Okay, so I'm gonna contact. I thought maybe Nightbot was busy deleting stuff while you said that. Okay. So Mofat is saying I came in late, but what are you guys talking about? So
yes, Mofat. We are talking about should capital punishment be resumed, right? So we are on the topic of capital punishment for persons who believe that it should be resumed, right? Just mention it in the chat and state why you think it should be resumed.
And if you don't think it should be resumed, then yeah,
it's
your opinion. Then
right?
you can
You just voice your opinion as it relates to that, or whether they you think that it can serve as a deterrent, and that is one of the reasons why you say that it should be resumed, and why you think it should be resumed. Yeah.
And Mofat is saying, Sidney, enough love. And Truck Life is saying, Mofat's bless up. Thank you so much for still being here.
Another problem is that gunmen are
Truck
joining
Life.
the force, so they become legalized gunmen. As TJ Delicious say that another problem is that gunmen are joining the force, so they become legalized gunmen. Just to endorse what she said, we recently have we have a police party, right? Just 2 days ago, going on robbery spree. So there you have it in the chat, right? And 2 days ago, right, police, right, are going on robbery spree. Yeah, right. So just that for the knowledge as it relates to what TJ has just said. She's right.
What it comes down to is if you're in your house and you hear a knock on the door and you say police open up, you wonder whether if you keep locked up or open up because you don't know really who's out there. Because you have these so-called gunmen joining the force so that they can do what they're doing under the guise of the police service, or they're supposed to be coming to protect and serve you. But at the same time, you have to be weary of them and you have to be weary of the criminals. So where does that leave you?
Exactly.
Where does that leave you?
This is just on a period.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And the Moffats are saying, I'm in agreement for the resumption of capital punishment.
Yes, Moffat, thank you for the contribution. I do agree with you because I'm also in agreement with that as well.
And Moffat is saying, hey to farming. And we have Real Life Story in the building saying, blessings, Mystic. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you. Happy Friday. Thank you so much and welcome.
So let's clear the chat.
So we have
so guys, so we back to the criminal Lindell Powell, aka Lazarus, because when I hitch, you understand he's a criminal and should be rightly named. Now, this criminal, right, previously charged for gun and ammunition, right, got 18 months, and again charged for a double murder, and yes, plea bargain, right, he got 12 years. So what is the precedence that the judge is setting in this society? So for persons to commit heinous crime and utilize plea bargain to get minimal sentence? Is that sort of precedence that the judiciary system wants to set? So then, since I'm asking that question, I'm going to do a deep dive. Now, the thing is, number one, the prosecution team is a team that responsible, right, for the processing of plea bargain. So the team can look at a particular case and decide whether or not they want to utilize a plea bargain. Now, a plea bargain can be used, number one, if, there's no need for trial and waste the court time and so forth and so forth. And if the prosecution can get a plea bargain, right, then, of course, taxpayers' money. Woo, Tara, we get to this time. All right, Tara.
Good night. How are you?
We got to this time. So, Tara, as I was saying, and we do glad for the company, Tara. We are talking about should capital punishment be resumed, right? And of course, we are giving some background, right? Situations where we can, deal with the decision in terms of, yes, these are the reasons why we say that, okay, capital punishment must be resumed. So one of the background that I am on is this particular case with Lindell Powell, aka Lazarus. Now, let me say this, my good friend, that Lindell was once charged for gun and ammunition, got 18 months. And to our surprise, to the society's surprise, right, he had also did a plea bargain again, right, and got 12 years for a double murder. What do you say about this topic?
I think it's an insult. Good night, beautiful people. Anybody that I miss down there in the chat, bless up yourself. You see, cases like this now just indicate to those who are out there doing wrong,
So true.
doing all the wickedness, that look here, boy, you can't do that and get away. You understand me? Because when you have this is an outright insult.
Insult.
It's outright insult. And let me tell you something. These are the things that allow the cycle to continue. Because
Exactly.
if the person died, then dead man tell no tales and him can't do nothing. But when you have relatives of the victims who are here, a daughter, a brother, a mother, you understand me? And you watch them do this and allow somebody who commit heinous crimes like this not to get away once but twice. What are you saying? It's all right. Okay, we know that he did what he did. But guess what? We're going to give him a slap on the wrist and then go. When you see people, it takes a person with a kind of heart that has to be in touch with God somehow, not to be angry, not to be
Yes.
vengeful and want to take out some sort of revenge on this person. And we know in Jamaica, when you talk about if you can't catch Harry, you catch him short.
Exactly.
So exactly. So this is where you have innocent people get caught in the mix of this nonsense because of the inability of the judicial system to do right by victims.
110% agree with you, Tara. 110%, right? Because what Tara is creating that, okay, this sort of plea bargain system, right, will only create what we call a revolving door for these criminals, right? Revolving door for these criminals to say, okay, all right, it is easy because we can just go there and just plea, you understand? Because look at it now, Tara, and I'm going a little bit further. Might be, and let me try to just really think deep here because, I don't want to wrongfully accuse the judge or, but I have to criticize the judge. Wisdom, Tara. based on the judgment that the judge made. The judge would have had this young man profile in front of him. The judge would have understood that this young man had committed a previous felony. The judge would have understood that, okay, he got 18 months. That did not serve as deterrent to him, did not change his behavior. Now, let me go further than that now. Now, this is what the lawyer says, because I wrote it down to come on the chat. His lawyer, based on that 12 years for the double murder, this is his lawyer response. His lawyer said that the government and the society let this man down. Now, may I wonder if you understand what I mean? All right. Me and my brother. No, may I try to go. May I try to take it to the simplest term, because right now that just shut on the head, right? Now, hear what the lawyer is saying, that the government and the society let him down. Tara, me know say me and you go to school. And when we were in class, right? When we were in classes, we listened to the teacher, right? And of course, we were able to function from that by carefully listening and process what the teacher have said to us. And what I'm saying, that independently, right, for every children who go through the school, that particular child has to own some form of responsibility to his or her behavior in terms of achieving education or whatever. No, apart from that, if when you leave school and you're out in the society, you're going to tell me that whatever you do, it is the government fault and the society fault? How can that be, Tara? Can you explain it to me, Tara? Because
Everybody else that's out there doing it.
yeah, I don't understand.
But you see, this is the part where if you go back to grassroots, and we were talking about that the other day, the responsibility of parents when you have your children, and we speak about getting them a pet, understanding that this is your job to take care of the pet. You understand me? It's also a part where you know if you're supposed to spread your bed, you have certain time to spread your bed. If it's homework, you know 4 o'clock is homework time. And when you groom them in that, of course, some are going to depart, but most time than not, it will teach them a pattern and understand that while other people are responsible, but this is your responsibility in itself. So when you go back, parents ought to be held responsible for some of the things, guardian, and
so true.
the excuse that some people use is just like how you see women, and God forbid, I don't want anybody to misconstrue what I'm going to say now. Sometimes you see, because people fall on hard times, sometimes you see these women, one child, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 picking, and you hear them come out and say, government now help me. And I want to know if is government have the penis or the vagina, or
No.
you understand?
No. No, but
So true. And they have them like step. 1, 2, 3,
Exactly.
4, 5. They're like 1 year or 1.5 year apart.
you
Or
understand?
2 years the
So
max.
the
apart.
lawyer would have to explain to me now how the society is responsible for that man.
I don't know if he's getting at rehabilitation after the first offense, because that part too I think is lacking. There's no rehabilitation because people who do things wrong, if you do something wrong, but you and I know that people can change. And a favorite quote of my husband too is normally said that it's not how you start, but it's rather how you finish. So yes, some people get caught up, and you have seen them turn around them life in a particular way that shock even they themselves. But I think as it relates, every part of this judicial system need to throw out and do all the court need to take up through in the bottom of the sea. You understand me? The building itself and those who are there within. You understand? Because I think it's a big joke. And how things are done, even blatant, it angers people.
Exactly.
Because when I wrote in the chat, for this man who indeed cut off his partner's head clean,
Right.
and he got 7 years run concurrently. You and I know by the time you blink and quint him outside. When he
Exactly.
comes out, nobody fat and brown and pretty like him and cool because sun not burn him. Him no need to hustle in the head, him not have no gray hair neither because get 3 meals a day. You have a place where whether a 1, 2, or 3 or no, you are in a place where you rest. You don't need to
Yes.
worry about your belly full. And when you see a man spend a couple of years in prison and you step on his clocks and him turn around and can tell us if you step on it one more time, you cut out your belly. You understand
Okay.
me? Yeah. And I've
But
heard people say, oh, me just come from prison, boy, but me go back to you. Just like that. Now, if certain things that happen, you have some people, them born in a crime, then live in a crime, and then go dead in a crime. That is just it. Because some people, that's
exactly.
the part they choose. But if things were in place for deterrence, many people would think twice before they do some of the things that repeat offenders. And you spoke about this person who did it once and did it again. And let us just draw for a situation that happened recently with the kidnapping of that little child from St. Thomas. That
Yes.
man committed a crime in Portland. You understand me? Guns and all the same thing. And he was out and was able to do it again
Then,
and allegedly another
then
time and still at large. So what is that saying? You understand? There's no accountability. As it relates to some of these lawyers, Father Jesus work on me, but some of them have a special place in hell. You understand me?
yes. And
Because some of the things that they do and how they tutor these people to respond in court, what to say, what to deny, what to agree to, is cruelty to its highest.
True.
yes. No. So Tara, the thing is, for lawyers, right, and for me, in terms of where I stand with that, lawyers are going to do best in terms of defending their client.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
So let us just breathe aside with that. But my thing, Tara, is not to look on the lawyers, the defense lawyers
Mhm.
situation. Let us focus on what we can change because the lawyer has a responsibility to defend his client with
Well, that is
everything
true.
possible. So let us look in our system and where even this plea bargain comes in. And that is one of the reasons, exactly, that is one of the reasons why we want to see the plea bargain act and really read it and really have an understanding of it. Because look, I believe that the reason why you get respective sentencing is because of the gravity or the nature of the crime you committed. Would you agree with me? Now, having said that, right? Now, the judge, and where I'm going is for might be, I am talking about, I think, Tara, based on this situation, an investigation should be warranted.
I
Because where
agree.
I'm going with that, Tara, is to the fact that, okay, was this the very same judge that dealt
Amen.
with this
Yes.
case
Yes.
for the previous offense?
I see.
Okay.
Is there if there's any ties?
Is
You
there,
understand?
okay, because such 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 a felony, right? That you can get up to 5 years for a firearm, and this guy only get 18 months. No, let us look. Was is this judge was that judge who had dealt with him and then come back again and give him, you understand, 12 years? No, it is such a wrong that even the DPP, the Director of Public Prosecution, is going to appeal it, which it has never done before, where the prosecution appeal any case in terms of the judge determination. It has never done before. But this is quite a precedent that we are going to set right now because the DPP is appealing this case. So my question, as it relates to the plea bargain, we know that, I would believe, let me correctly say that. I believe that the prosecution would be the team that responsible for the plea bargain. Is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
because it's an offering you get to know, and it's
It's
either
an
you're going to
offer.
accept or you're going to
Okay.
deny.
So I want to find out within that policy if the prosecution, right, can make some recommendation as it relates to nature of the crime, right, and whatever percentage of that, sentence is going to be reduced by. So if you talk about, said, aggravated murder, right,
Mm-hmm.
based on a plea bargain, right, and based on the circumstances, what percentage of that would be reduced, right? If you understand where I'm going with that, what percentage of that would be reduced as it relates to a plea bargain, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then when you look on a double murder, this is what I'm saying, right? 2 aggravated murder. Why was this man given, right, 12 years for a double a double tree that he paid? So you tell me now that, look, for me, this should warrant some investigation to find out if does the judge have any form of relationship with this person. What is the relationship between the judge and this person? If you have one, what is it about? Right? Get into the matter and find out why is this so, right? Now, if there are certain policies where the judge is in control of sentences, which I believe that is the case, but is there a table that's set out for the judge? Because for me, and what I presume, there should be a table that's set out as it relates to the nature of the charge and the sentence that's supposed
I
to be applied to that.
understand. I understand. I'm paused right there. And I'm happy you make mention of that. Because
Yes,
that is also a problem where we see that people get punishment that does not fit the crime. So
exactly.
that in itself is a problem. I remember that some years ago they spoke about this man that picked some ackee wherever, and he got how many years? I think it's Garden House or wherever there, and he got how many years for picking some ackee. You understand me? Yet still you
Yes,
see people killing people and they're doing 3 years, they're doing less than 3 years. So when you go back, you have to understand if there is a range, you understand me, in which
exactly.
certain crime is supposed to be placed. So you know the age, the range is supposed to be between 10 to 15 years for this crime.
That's what
And
I'm saying.
there should be a threshold, as there should be a threshold and a limit that okay, if the person do this, he is not supposed to go beyond 5 years then. You understand me?
Exactly.
And so it cannot be that I do the crime, you give me 7 years, this other person do, you give him 2 years. What is the other part that is going
Exactly.
to be the contributing factor why you do the same crime that I
Yes.
do and I get way more than you do and all of that. And so
Because the
I
judiciary
understand
system cannot be selective.
that is my point. And that because when you see it like that now, and this is also a contributing factor because when somebody else look at that man and say, oh, so he murdered a boy around the road and the judge gave him 3 years. You understand me? This man was fighting me and I defended myself and I stabbed him and he died. But you give me 5 years and you give me 7 years. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh,
People
but watch this
angry.
now. Watch this now, Tara. Remember what we have in the court system right now. We have a big fundamental case, which is the Klansman trial.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that they are going to privy to this information. Now, you're going to tell me that you may have members who also committed even more than a double murder within the Klansman trial. And because of this now, and them see this president set that the judge set, they are going to throw in their plea bargain too.
Yep.
But
So,
wouldn't you?
of course, I would do that. Of
Okay.
course, I would do that, Tara. So then, my thing now, you understand? I mean, what sort of justice?
That
What
is
sort
the
of
part.
justice? What sort of justice is this?
That
It
is the
makes no
part.
sense.
And let me tell you something. You see the problem with a lot of these paper pushers? If they were on the ground, and you see, because there's nothing set up, you see other places where even when people have their relative being gunned down, cut down a certain kind of way, and know the impact, especially if this person is the breadwinner, this
Yes.
person is the only child. And I'm not saying a life is a life, so don't get me wrong, people. And you know the impact it has on this family. Because poor people then can't even afford food, good, much less counseling. They're not instrumental in providing counseling and those things. Because you see, some of these people who are in charge, if they were able to sit in on some of these meetings and just listen to these people heart to heart, I guarantee
Exactly.
they could not sit behind that desk and knock that gavel and do and say and put down those sentences that they have been doing. Because it's height of, listen to me, I remember I spoke to a lady somewhere in UN then in Kingston, and they had killed her son, another student. And the sad part of it was that the mother was at home when she heard her son planning to kill the woman's child, and she did nothing about it. You
Wow.
understand me? And when it got to court and the sentence that they gave that boy, the woman said, listen to me, it better if they didn't hold me and cut my heart from my chest. My blood run cold when she said that. She said, listen to me, them killed me pitney twice. Because that sentence, that's what it does to me. And she said, listen to me. All of you listen to me. If I don't appear tomorrow morning, remember what I said because I cannot go on.
True.
You understand me? And
So true.
lo and behold, she took a whole ton load of medication. And if somebody went there and found her and they were able to flush
Impressive.
her system and all of that, she said that I can't. Because I know that punishing the boy would not bring him back. But the punishment that they handed down was ridiculous. She said that's an insult to the memory
Exactly.
of my child.
Right? And right now, and that's but you know what, Tara, let us just go into the chat, see what is, clear up some of the chat, and we get back. I love the conversation.
Yes, people are.
Stay in the window, Tara. Love the conversation.
Okay, so Mofat is saying hey to Truck Life, Chilling is saying so true, so she's endorsing what's been said. And Miss Monica is saying hey to Tara. Miss Monica is also saying Mofat's blessing. And Kai is saying, guys, I'm not at home and the connection is bad. I'll have to run this one tomorrow. Okay, Kai, I
Okay,
guess
Kai.
she's gone by now. But and guys, remember that Kai is going live tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Florida time. So can work out the time difference to join her on Kai's Creative Learning. And chilling with Lady D's
In
in the
traffic.
building. She's saying in traffic, welcome, chilling. Thank you so much for being out. There's two chillings now. Welcome, Lady
Okay.
D. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you. She should be out by traffic. She's saying in now, so I guess it was a short one.
Oh,
And she's saying good night, co-host
Host.
and chat. Co-host and chat. Sorry. Good night, Lady D. Thank you so much for being here. And Carrie and Go Getter is in the building. She's saying good night,
Alright.
everyone. Hello, Carrie.
Big
Thank
up
you
yourself,
so
Carrie.
much for being here. Really appreciate it. Welcome, and happy Friday. And she's saying big up Mystic.
Thank you, Carrie.
So much. And say hello to Dwayne for me if he's not in the background. And in the life of Dolly is saying blessings, host. So blessings to you
Big up
as well,
yourself, Dolly.
Dolly. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Thank you. And she's also saying blessings, co-host. Thank you. And she's also saying what's up, everyone in the chat. And Carrie's endorsing what you're saying. She's
True.
saying true. And Tiffany's saying
Thank you for
Tara
that, Carrie.
sweetie and showing virtual heart. And Sammy Boo and Sediment King is in the building saying good night. Blessings, Mystic.
Yeah, bless up, Sadie
Blessings to
Boo.
you guys as well. Thank you
And
so
Sediment,
much for
bless up.
joining. Really appreciate it. And says we are here and alive but still have to pass through. Okay, guys, no
Alright.
problem. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And Tiffany's saying you need to have 2 live a week, one for discussion and one for game said, because you always have some good topic. Yes, we're thinking about that, but with work schedule, we'll have to try and iron out
Exactly.
how that is going to look. Because yeah, it's really cut over to my time now, but it's a good topic, so we're gonna keep going. And it says it's not nice to cut the topic at so
Nice.
we learn a
Learn a
lot.
lot.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, thank you for that, Tiffany. We're considering that, so we're gonna look into how we're gonna work that out because we realize.
Yes. So,
And Kerrian is saying, he says, big up. Okay,
yeah, man,
thank
big
you,
up my
Kerrian.
general, man. Guys, I tell you that I went over by similar TV last night, and I enjoy such a passionate topic, right? Heart to heart topic, and right, the big man holding points, and you understand, argue firmly. I love that. You understand? Trust me, but I hope one of these days, Dwayne and I can, you understand, deal with some topic as well. Love that. All right. So as I was saying, Tara, that for the prosecution team that would be responsible for the pre-bargain, right? And because what seems to be happening to me, as it relates to my observation, the prosecution will try for a pre-bargain for one as it relates to saving taxpayers' money. So, okay, that's a good effort. But it is not everyone who is going to be qualified for pre-bargain. So, I don't want a situation, or it should not be a situation where the prosecution is just holding up pre-bargain chips, right? And just throwing them out like that. Because you have to look at the gravity of the crime. The gravity of the crime. So then, for me, how I would see a pre-bargain justified. This is how I would see a pre-bargain justified. If you have said a gang and police investigation is on that gang, pursuing that gang, and they want to get to the leader of the gang, or the upper launch of the gang, so to speak, right? And they hold a little man, you understand, that in the gang and know things, and they can use him as a crown witness, right, to get down the Dan and get the cronies. Yes, those are a pre-bargain that would be justified, because guess what? You would use this small person because he's not the big fish. So a pre-bargain must utilize in a very careful manner, right? Because as we know, it's an offer, right? So if I'm the prosecutor, if I'm representing the prosecution team, and I'm going to offer X a pre-bargain, I'm going to offer X a pre-bargain because of what X can give to me. That at the end result, the pre-bargain I'm going to give him is going to qualify the effort of the objective of the pre-bargain. Because the objective of the pre-bargain would be trying to get to the upper launch of the gang and get down the whole gang. In America, when they are using pre-bargain, that is the way how they use pre-bargain. Right? So when they have drugs done and so forth, right? That is the way how they use pre-bargain. You have seen so many cases, when in the cases of Dillingham, so many cases where they have utilized the pre-bargain because the little man were in the gang to get to the big general in the gang. You understand? So then you tell me now, how can the pre-bargain be justified on Lindell Powell, who have committed, right, 2 aggravated murder, right? So you're going to tell me that, okay, the police investigation team lack the skill and effort in terms of finding the requisite evidence to bring down this brother, and they have to depend on him you understand, to come out and talk what he has done. So then we have a problem. So it simply means that we need more skillful investigator to seal a case. So when these investigator investigate a case, the prosecution don't need no form of plea. Because guess what? Why should the prosecution team plea with somebody where you have solid evidence on?
And
right?
bingo.
And you
Bingo.
That is my thing, Tara. The prosecution, for me, who have certain experience, right, in police duties and so forth and so forth, and little experience in the judiciary system. Why would this is unbelievable as it relates to this judgment? Because again, to me, this should warrant an investigation into that judge as it relates to the youth of life. Because number one, the prosecution is not responsible, right, to impose any form of sentence on anyone. The prosecution is responsible for the plea bargain. So if the prosecution make a plea bargain with Lindell, right, so forth, and the judge understand that now, so okay, all right, the prosecution is going to make some recommendation to the judge. Now, when the judge look at it, I know for sure that the judge would have in front of him Lindell's profile, Lindell's history, criminal history. So then if you have Lindell criminal history in front of you, Mr. Judge, now ask the judge now this question. If you have Lindell, right, Powell, criminal history in front of you, Lindell has committed a previous offense as it relates to the firearm charge and the ammunition charge, right? And you the judge, look and see the man get 18 months for felony charges like those. Gun and ammunition charge. Those are felony charge. Serious offense. That's what felony means. Serious offense. This is not a misdemeanor. So for the judge to give 18 months on this, what is going on? Not only that, past that the man came out, the man did not change. For sure, you said the sentence that he got. The soft soap didn't change him. You understand? You only encourage him. You understand? To do what he did. And he know that the system is a soft soap, or might be the relationship we have with Mr. Man up there, sir. Sure, he can do about anything and get away with it. Yeah. So you tell me now that you come out and you commit another atrocity where two persons, right, be a victim of your doings. And the judge look at all of that in front of him and give you 12 years. More want to know why. More want to know why the judge did not under investigation. That can't pass the smell test. What says you, Tara? Give me some insight in this.
No, and you know, I am in total agreement with you, because I would want to know what in that case, what was said, what was done to convince you that you can give this man a kind of plea bargain again after I did the crime once. You understand me? I'm certain you have family members who are still grieving.
Constitute a slap on the wrist. This is like shaking his hand. Well done.
That is what I want.
Of course.
It's like shaking his hand. Not even a slap on the wrist. It's like, well done.
Yes, it's like you give him the green. You know, when you get a green card, you give him the green card.
And a couple hours you can get up and go back to doing what you were doing.
Exactly. So I'm seriously curious as to what was said, what was done, what was presented to convince that person that you could do this again. And sometimes the ties are not directly from that individual to that, but who you know him. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. But what is now, Tara? The director of public prosecution, Paula Lubin, right, is totally not agreed with the judgment.
Thank you.
And so then Paula decided to appeal it, because I think Paula's recommendation for that person was to get what, 20 or 21 years,
Mhm.
right? Somewhere about that she had recommended that. So then, all right, put it this way then, and I would definitely say understand the 20 21 years that Paula Lewin would have recommended, and let me tell you why I would have understood it. Number one, for the life sentence for one person would be 15 years. Then, if you want to give him a life sentence, 15 years. So then, okay, 15, and yet, okay, we are only taking off 10. You understand? Because a two-person involved, and we give him a 5 for that. So yeah, the 20 is okay. Yeah, we can see with the 20. But you tell me now, how this man get 12 years? What constitute for this man to get 12 years? It's just
Something does not add up. That's the truth. As we say in Jamaica, something not add up. You understand?
let me tell
Because
you.
it matters not from what angle you look at it from. It just does not appear. Okay. It is wrong on all levels. And
On all
again,
levels.
we are not saying that an eye for an eye, but this is what some of the things that contribute to that kind of thinking and allow
Exactly.
people to go out and execute certain things that they have created in their heads. Because if the justice system that I am supposed to rely on, that is supposed to be the cushion, that is supposed to give me the safety net, because that is what it's supposed to be, the safety net,
Safety
and
net, of
it
course.
in itself is letting me down. Then me have to take matters in my own hand and do my own thing because the system a joke. You understand
Yes,
me? And
System let you down.
the system let you down, Tara.
And then when
yes,
you take matters into your own, you get a harsher punishment than the person who will offend you in the first place.
Can't understand.
exactly. So guess
Just can't
what?
understand.
Just
And see the cycle
But
continue now because when you take it in your own hand, just like how they do the jungle justice, and you get yourself caught up. And when they look now, the person who did the crime, you end up getting more punishment than him. Judge deal with you harsh. Your
mhm.
brother is looking on and him anger start boil 110 plus 110 plus 110 more. And him decide say, I have to get some sort of revenge for the family that you ended their life in the first place. And then from a brother now that did something, was brave enough to do something about it. So guess what? Instead of a two act, one act me have to grind a two now. You understand me? So a double jeopardy. You understand me? And it
yes,
continues. And these are the nonsense that they do. Because when another bad man look and see, let me tell you something. I remember not few, some years ago, when I went to Kingston, I spent time with my aunt, and I remember one night we were coming. They had a party for a little baby or little child. Um, and this guy was in front of us, and he just had the gun, just walking just like that in his hand. Me from little country down at Trelawney, me I said, Jesus. Because me I used to nothing like that. And there was this man in front of us. You could see the man swaying from side to side. So obviously he was drunk.
Yeah.
And that man took the gun and he was just firing at the man's foot. Pow, 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 pow. And listen to me, I was under my aunt's arm. And she hold me and she
yo,
said, T, just keep still. Here another one beside him. Light him again, man. Light him again and test out the new machine. I
are
was
you?
so shocked. And I was saying to myself, so this is what you people they do? You get a new machine and this man is just going, you don't go fire it up in a tree top or anything. You shoot it actually at a person just to
Jeez,
test if it is working.
the carelessness.
You understand what
I
I'm saying? So you have people
Jeez.
who do these things. I've also heard people say, if it's the last thing I'm going to do, I am joining the police force because I have to kill somebody back out of the family there.
Can you
You
imagine?
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you see, remember now our life is a life, and we are not advocating for killing, but we understand the cycle of things. And when the system that is supposed to protect us, protect you, protect your children, let me tell you something. You see, when a child can stand in front of you, and when you start, especially in school, you start certain topic, the family, and you start get down into it, and you see one over the corner over there, so and you see her about her eyes, them more than all the eyelids supposed to be. You say, what is wrong, baby girl? And she said, Miss, you know, say 3 years ago, them shoot my father and them kill my father. Tell me now. So you understand what I'm saying
Son,
to you? It is all
son,
around, and it
son.
hurts. You understand me? Very sad. I've been in situation where I tell you that when the children share some things with you, you go home as a teacher, you can't sleep.
Mhm.
You cannot sleep because when you put your head on that pillow, if you are a caring person, all you can see in front of you is that particular student. The issue
But
that is behind that student. It's hard.
you know, Tara, what is so sad though, for me, Tara, is that because we look on the judiciary system and we say to ourselves that the judiciary system is the last line of our defense. And for the system to fail us in this regard,
Time and time again, not only
it
disregard.
is just, you know, beyond repair, honestly, because when I look at it and I said, oh my goodness, right? Because this also, for me, even last week and prior to this judgment of this judge, I sort of have, you know, some sort of reassurance as it relates to what was unfolding into the Klansman trial, and after that, okay, all right, the case, you know, progressing, and witness number one comes out, and witness number two comes out, and giving the testimonies, and right, CTAP maintain the investigation, few over here or here plus, right, and deliver. We start to see some hope. We start to see some light within the system with that. Now, to have that now, and you understand, and have this, it seems like it is the polar opposite, right, of what is going on into the Klansman trail, and the glimmer of hope that we see there, that, okay, those persons might be finally, you understand, facing justice. But no,
The
to
judge just
have
showed him
this
another.
judge just did this.
Throw cold water and everything.
From
You
it,
know
I don't
that
even know
that
what to say. I
little
don't,
that glimmer of hope. And this is what you see. Sometimes they do one thing to kind of quell the nerves of the public, and we say, oh, it looks like something are going, and then before you can even bask in it or say, oh yes, let us see, at least it's a good look in this direction.
yeah,
Here you come and sweep the rug right from under your foot. And that is what these people do. The system is flawed. You understand me? And even as I said, because I have people who are in the force and all of that, that kind of line of work. So
yes,
I listen to some things without saying certain things. And
exactly.
sometimes when you hear some things and they share some things with you, you are saying, my God, anything can go so? Is
Yes,
this real? Is this real? As far as I see the judicial system, the only time they want to hold people accountable is the DJs. And I'm not saying that they must get away. If you see one of the DJ, them do something wrong, you watch how they stoop down on it like crew on a dead meat. You understand what I'm
yes.
saying?
You
Because
know,
even when you see they go around Ninja Man and whoever, I'm not saying that, please, people, don't get what I'm saying wrong. If you do the crime, then you do the time. But I
yeah, we do
remember
understand it.
even Roger Clark, when he hit down that person, not one day behind bars, said, look, if I remember, little old farmer man, when I have
Sure,
no
done with
money,
him.
they would have locked him up long time and him struggle to get bail. Remember the X6
I
man?
reckon a
When
jail
I,
before him getting hearing.
yeah, the
Look at
X6
the
man, when
exit
I
man,
see that,
um,
yes,
Tara. So there you
yes,
go. When I said earlier, Tara, that justice cannot be selective. You cannot have a
exactly.
judicial system where justice apparently seems to be selective. Because now you bring up the X6 man, you understand? Now look at that, right? Okay. I will understand that. Okay, might be the plea bargain did not execute in those in certain cases, and so then, as a result of the case being tried and it goes through the judiciary system, right? The judge have the option to fling the full book at you as it relates to the weight that charge, you understand, comes with, right? But again, in terms of, it's just that me sort of confused, Tara. When I tell you that I'm confused, I'm so confused as it relates to, and I'm going to, you know what? I am going to have some blame for the prosecution as well. Because why would the prosecution offer this guy here, you understand, a plea bargain? It's just that I don't really understand that either. So that if it
That's the part we want to ask. That's the part we want to. That's the part we want to know. And when you spoke earlier, you make reference to America and how the plea bargain works. Because when they offer a plea bargain, is an offering, and the prosecutor is supposed to receive more than what they give. That's how I know plea bargain too. So you as a little man down here, so we know if you offer a lesser sentence, you are going to give up two of the top men. You understand me or whatever? That's how I understand it.
But hold on, that's a standard. That's a standard of a plea bargain. The plea bargain is not to use that, okay, if you do the crime, because this is the way I have seen this plea bargain is being used in Jamaica. The plea bargain should not be used to say that, okay, if you do the crime and the police have difficulty in finding or investigating and finding the evidence, right? And if you plead guilty, then we take down that we cut down that sentence tremendously, right? That is not how the plea bargain are to use, right? Now the thing is, for me, understanding the plea bargain, if the plea bargain is going to use, it is going to use in the following benefits. One, you will save the court less time in terms of trying the case, so taxpayers' money don't have to utilize. Two, that the person who is pleading, right, has to give up something which is more fundamental in terms of where he is concerned. So you can't give the Dan plea bargain. You don't have to give one of the soldiers plea bargain to give up the Dan. You understand that?
But that's what I was saying. You understand me?
Me not understand. Oh, okay. This man, what really warrants for him to get this plea bargain in the first place? Because remember, you know, this man, right, had committed a felony previously, and okay, a double murder. So I want to know, because I have not seen the transcript, right? So we start a little bit subjective here. I did not. I have no form of access to the transcript. I have not seen the transcript any at all. So let me say that, right? But I am saying that for this man who committed the offense of the two aggravated murder, right? Was it that the police having difficulty with the investigation, Tara? Because that is what it comes to. Unless the police really having difficulty in terms of finding the evidence to convict this man, right? And even so then, if the police have difficulty in convicting this man, and this man decides, okay, all right, I'm going, you understand, confess to the murder based on, you know, whatever. No, how that would have worked? Because again, the defense team would have to be lobbying on the defense behalf.
But
right?
that's,
So,
I agree.
exactly. So the defense, don't tell me say the defense is going to, well, the lawyer, the defense lawyer is going to say, okay, all right, I will accept this plea bargain. I will accept this plea bargain if my client only get 12 years. Then if that is the case, that is indicating to me that the police investigation was definitely weak.
But, and I agree with you, but Mr. Mystic,
Yes.
The problem is that if there if there are not enough evidence, because we know that you can empirical evidence is a
Yes.
slam dunk, and we
Exactly.
can circumstantial evidence is used when they want to use it and how they want to use it, and we know how that can go. But
Yeah,
let us say,
because sorry to cut you, because the
mhm,
circumstantial evidence for people in the chat, because we want them to understand when we're using the term. For circumstantial evidence, it simply means that it's situations where you would make inferences, right? For
mhm,
empirical evidence are factual evidence, like blood type evidence, that blood type is going to tie you to the scene of the crime to say, okay, all right, this is your blood based on you understand whatever forensic test in that. Those are concrete evidence. So, as you know, for circumstantial evidence is for circumstances that you're going to make some inferences on. So, I'm just clarify that for them, Tara. So, go ahead. Thank you.
all right, appreciate that. Mhm.
Yeah.
So if it is a case where the police, the officers did not get enough evidence as it relates to this person, how we reach to a plea bargain? That's the part, because in every angle you take it from, it is just wrong.
I don't.
It just
Because
not add
I
up.
am saying, you understand me? If you did not, how it reach to a plea bargain?
It just
What
not
you
add up.
pleading for?
Mhm.
It's just not
You,
add
un-
up.
What did
you
you bring to
understand
the
me?
table to offer
Right?
Exactly.
for you to get that plea?
Exactly. Because the defense
Exactly.
lawyer, and you said it so right. Because if I am the defense lawyer, and because number one, and Tara, let us also tell the chat that it is the prosecution responsibility for any new evidence, right, to admit in the case. You understand? The prosecution have to hand over that to the defense lawyer. But the defense team doesn't obligated to hand over any form of new evidence to the prosecution. But the prosecution, so you have to understand, Lionel, the
Mhm,
prosecution is obliged to do so.
mhm.
Obligated, sorry, Master obligated to
Yeah,
do
I
so.
know that's what you mean.
Exactly,
Mhm,
obligated to do so. So if during the trial and there's new evidence popped up, it is the responsibility of the prosecutor, right, to hand over or share that evidence to the defense
mhm,
team, while the defense doesn't have to share that data, any data, to the prosecution, to the prosecuting team. I am saying
mhm,
this to say this, that the defense lawyer would have a better awareness of what he has for his defense team and what the prosecution have against his client. So
mhm.
if the prosecution never have nothing, the defense, the defense would not bind into the bargain. Because if me who privy to the information, I know that I don't have nothing for my client. So me not go bargain. Me not go bargain with that. Just look at it, what me I saying, Tara. If me,
That's,
the
I
defense,
agree.
me, the
I
defense,
agree.
exactly, who privy to both the prosecution evidence, you understand, against my client, right? And me have all of that information there. And you are going to do a plea. And when you come to me with a plea, and you don't have, remember, so me have your information, and everything what me have, you have. But me have everything what you have. So if me the difference where I have everything where you have, and you are come to me about plea bargain, right? I'm saying I have nothing. No, sir, I don't want no plea bargain. You keep a plea bargain. You understand? I'll try this. You understand what I deal with? So
Exactly.
then, so then, how it come to a decision in terms of a plea bargain and this money? You understand? So what I'm saying
That
then,
is exactly that's the
if the
question of the
defense
century.
agree for a plea bargain to be done, that is it that the prosecution have on him. And then only judge give a man the sentence like this. Can't understand.
That's the
Madness.
question of the century, my dear. You understand me? And
Yeah,
it matters not which angle we look on it from, it is just not right. It is not
exactly.
adding up, no matter what we try to do. And no matter, I am curious, I would love to hear what the judge saw, what was presented, what was said, what's the connection, what's the
Exactly.
affiliation.
All
I
right,
would
Tara.
want to
You know
know.
what? You know what, Tara? Hold that feet, hold that line. You're coming back. Let us just read out the chat and then we'll come back. Just hold that topic, Tara. Love it.
Okay, so Tiffany saying, remember to thumbs up the live stream and share it out if you can. Thank you. We appreciate it. Yes, thank you so much for that reminder, Tiffany. And also, guys, I've seen the share outs coming in. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who's shared us out. Really appreciate that. And Sammy and Sediment is dying with laughter. I guess it's something that happened earlier.
Okay.
And Teacher P Downer is in the building saying blessings to Mystic and
Tara.
Tara. And
Thank you, Teacher P.
thank you so much for being here, Teacher P. Happy Friday to you. Thank you. Thank you. What is this thing? Thank you for coming. And Carrie is saying, thanks for calling in again. So she's thanking you, Baron.
All right.
And
Yes.
Teacher P is
Yes,
saying
Carrie.
blessings to everyone in the chat. And Teacher P is also saying hello to Carrie. And Tiffany is saying, how are you doing, Tara? And Teacher P is also saying, Tiffany, hello. And Carrie is saying, Teacher P, big up. And Tiffany is saying, Teacher P, and showing virtual heart. And Teacher P is saying, Sammy Boo, hi. Teacher P is also saying, blessings to Dolly. So greetings all around. And Sammy Boo saying, just thumbs up and share done, Mystic. Lots of love, guys. Thank you so much,
Blessings,
guys. Really
Sammy Boo.
appreciate that.
And Sediment.
And Teacher P saying, chilling with Lady D, hello. And she's also blessing up Mofats. And Teacher P saying hello to Real Life.
Right.
Teacher P is also blessing up Sydney. She's also blessing up Beauty. And Sediment Vivo is blessing up Teacher P. Thank you so much, guys, for still being here. Really appreciate that. And Teacher P is blessing up Miss Monica. She's also saying hello to Sediment King. And she's saying hello to Kai. She's blessing up Kai. And Sediment is saying our other account is on live, so I'm here with Sediment King account. Okay, no problem,
Okay.
Sammy. Thank you so much for that. Or Sediment, whoever is
King
there.
Vivo.
And Sediment is saying and share. Okay, just finishing up there. What they were saying there. And Sediment is saying so true. So it's endorsing what you say, what you've been saying. Sorry. Mystic, I will be here in the background when you knew 100%. Thank you so much for
Sediment.
that. Really appreciate that. And Sidonie saying hello, Teacher P Hun, showing virtual heart. And Sediment will say, well, will give my opinion now and then. Okay, no problem, because they're busy with their live as well. And Sediment is saying enough love to everyone in the chat. And Sidonie is saying, so true, Tara, don't add up at all.
Don't.
And Sidonie is saying, so true, my God, thought I was the only one saying the same thing, Tara. And Chillin is saying, who's still here, just earning my uniform. Okay, no problem, Chillin. Thank you so much for still being here. Really appreciate the support. And Sediment is saying blessings to Ali. Ricardo is agreeing, he's saying facts. And Miss Monica is saying, if you do the crime, you spend your time.
Yeah, agree with that, Miss Monica. Of course.
Okay, and they shared, and Sidonie is saying chilling, showing virtual hearts. And Miss Monica is saying, we have no justice system here in Jamaica. Is the poor goes to prison.
So sad, I have to agree with Miss Monica.
So true. And Sediment is agreeing, so true. And Michelin Doll is in the building. She's saying thumbs up, host, everyone checking in. I mean, ads. Okay, thank you so much for that. I think she should be in by now. And welcome, Michelin. Happy Saturday.
Bless yourself, Michelin.
I know you're in the future as usual, time traveling.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for being here. No, she's in Australia.
Australia, what?
Yeah.
Down under.
So she's giving us high five, and she's saying hello to her cousin Sidonie and Walking Purpose and giving them high five. And Real Life Story saying blessings, Mystic Summit once Sediment told me about this life. Thank you so much for being here. Really
bless yourself, Real Life.
And thank you, Sammy and Sediment, for sending Real Life over. And saying I'm just passing through. Okay, no problem. Right. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And saying lots of love, everyone in the chat. And Ricardo is saying, wait, we get blue jacket. Yes,
Uh,
Ricardo. Yes, Ricardo. I gave you a brand new jacket,
brand
tuxedo
new blue
style.
jacket.
Tuxedo you get. And Ikram and Conrad is in the building. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Saying hello,
Bless up
host.
Ikram and Conroy.
Really appreciate it. Happy Friday
Yeah.
to you, and thank you so much for being here there in Mississauga.
Okay. All
And
right.
Ricardo is saying Ikram and Conrad blessings, and Ikram is saying Ricardo blessings to you. And I think we have finally
All
caught
right.
up
So
on what's
yes,
going on.
Tara, where you left off, just please continue because we really appreciate everything that you're saying. All right. Oh, is Tara still here?
I think maybe she went to
Yes,
the
I just muted my
Okay,
mic
Tara.
because I didn't
Yeah,
want to
man. So I
disturb
was
you
saying,
guys.
just pick up where you left off, Tara.
Where did I leave off again?
I think we were talking about you were saying that you agreed with what I'm saying as it relates to the
Not
difference.
adding up.
Yes, not I don't know.
Yeah, it is true because even when we were talking, I was kind of flipping it around in my head.
Yes,
And I know I don't have any certification in that area, but some of the times the common sense is good enough, and what we
of
see
course.
and what we hear around us.
Yes.
No, I don't. It's only Jesus Himself can come down and tell me something good. Why this happened to justify this? It makes no
But
sense.
Tara, let me show you in terms of what you're saying, right, is really gravitating, right? Because you're, look, Tara, the DPP, right, is decided to pursue it, to appeal it, because down to the very DPP, right, it is not settling well with her, and
And
it is not settling
she,
well with you, it is not settling well with me, or no Jamaican, as a matter of fact.
because DPP is one that is, they say, sit high up there. You understand?
Yes,
At the top of the hierarchy, and she has a
yes,
good vantage point, and she
yes,
understands the repercussion of this decision.
exactly,
She understands.
exactly. And so then it is so unfair that the entire justice system hangs on the back of the DPP, right? And the DPP, whenever the DPP present these cases, right, then you have judge that undermining. You understand? Because this is totally an undermining of our justice system.
Mhm.
What this judge did,
It's a
right? And
mockery.
it's a market to our system. But apart from it being a market to our system, how does the victim relatives feel in all of this?
But that is it, and that's why I said, all of this decision, it's only helping creating a cycle that is not positive. You understand
Exactly.
me? Because if I am the relative of this person and you do this, and we say you come again, and you come again, and you are allowed to just get a tap on the wrist, or you are given a gift, a
But
present. Good
but
boy.
but look at this now. You know what this president said? This president said, and forbid, I am not telling anybody to do that, right? But based on how I would presume that the victim's family feel, a lot of people at times would want to think that they want to resort to jungle justice. Let me say it. A
No,
lot of
but
people
that,
will say, "Even
yes.
if you not get the justice from the system, might as well just deal with the justice myself." You understand?
Mhm.
Might as well just resort to jungle justice,
Yeah,
right?
because they feel as if that's the only way they're going to get some sort of satisfaction. Some people
Exactly.
will argue and say, okay, so you're going to do that, but he's still dead. People
Yeah.
don't understand the need for certain things to happen where certain incident and accident, what needs to happen for people to get closure. That word,
Exactly.
closure. So you
And this
know that if it's your brother, you know that you're not going to wake up tomorrow morning and see your brother skinny and teeth in front of you, or your father. He's already gone. But
yes,
that thing that you need to understand that he went, not
yes,
in a way that you would like, but at least
Yes, thank you. Let's get to
somebody
this
is
subject.
helped.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when you turn
So,
around and you do this, oh
yeah,
my
to be
God.
honest, I would feel more comfortable. And let me say the truth now. I would feel more comfortable that if this case tried and you said it tried into a jury settings, right? And we're juror, let him off, right? It wouldn't be so bad because
His
okay,
peers will
his
make that
peers
decision.
and people who believe very blah 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 and the jury, you understand, let them off and so forth. We don't want to believe we don't want to believe that justice was done, yes or no. But when you have a well-learned technician, a well-learning technician, one of our leaders in our society, a person who sits in the chair of judgment. And so then when you sit in that position, you have to make sure that when you are passing down judgment, one of the main priority that you need to look on is justice. Is this decision is going to ensure that justice serve. So then you have a situation like that, and you, the judge, is going to pass the judgment. Because remember, the man confessed to the murders.
Mhm.
So, okay, the man confessed to the murder. So you have that. You, the judge, have that. And you
Mhm.
sit on that. And you are going to deal with, you know, deliberating in terms of his case. Now, when you pass the judgment on him, you have to ensure that justice being served.
Mhm.
Justice being served. Justice being served on him and justice being served for the victim. Are you saying, or are you implying that there is no justice for the victim? Because I don't know if the judge would look into himself or looking in front of the mirror and said that, okay, it's a job well done. I did well, and the victim supposed to be feeling well. That is my take on it, Tara. I don't know how
I,
you would
I
picture.
don't know if when it comes down to the nitty gritty, if the victim is really considered. You understand me? Because you understand what I'm
Yes,
saying? Because I
yes,
refrain to believe that if the victim was considered in the right way, I fail to believe that this would be the result. I
Yeah.
fail to believe that this will be the result. So I want to know what the connection. Is it that this person know the judge relative then can get to somebody that get to the judge relative? I want to know what the connection, can
look,
be kind we know all that is. What is it?
let me
It
tell
don't
you
make no
something.
sense.
If this was in the
That's
United
sense.
States, trust me, an investigation would begin. If this was in any first world
I know
country,
that.
an investigation would begin, right? I am not here saying that the judge is guilty of anything. That is not what I'm saying. But I am
Mhm.
saying that, okay, I am curious as to why such leniency, you
Mhm.
understand, being considered to him twice
As a repeat offender.
as a repeat offender. And I'm
Mhm.
also curious who was the first judge, right, in the first hearing where this individual is concerned. And then
Mhm.
if he was the judge who had tried him first and give him a light sentence and come back again and give him another light sentence, then I am seeing a pattern existing here. So then my
Mhm.
question is, this definitely warrants an investigation. If he
That
is
is true.
the judge that involved in both of these trials, an investigation
Mhm.
should pursue. That is my take on the matter. That is my take.
I agree with you. I would love to know. You understand
Exactly.
me? And my heart goes out to the family of these victims.
Yeah.
Honestly, my heart. Because guess what? When a person go down 6 foot 6, him done. You understand me?
Yeah.
But when you have people who are behind the memories, and people sometimes say, oh, blah blah blah. You understand me? Imagine if it's because when this is somebody's child, somebody's brother, somebody's sister, somebody's uncle. You understand what I'm saying? Look at
Yeah.
the many people that it's going to impact. You understand me?
Exactly.
For what?
Yeah.
Because we don't plan, we don't get up out our beds and say, oh yes, me I drive my car today, me go crash and day. Nobody gets up like that. But at least
Exactly.
if it is something like that, you can understand and say, my God. But when somebody cut down somebody's life, it wears you down. And I can speak from that point because I have people in my like well had because they're no longer here. They were gone down. You
Yes.
understand? I spoke about one, he was on the site working, and it just happened that whatever took place right there. The police heard that he was there. They didn't even have the sense enough to say, come in an unmarked vehicle to come and pick him
Exactly.
up. They come with the big police car, come scrape him up. By the time they let him off back, he's a dead man. Several shots. And I remember even when my mother had to go to court, I think all of us started crying because she had to go so many times. They put it off so many. That woman was tired. You understand me? And just the whole setting because she's in the court and she's looking at the person who is said to be the murderer right across, staring you in your eyes. You understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And when she is at a point where she say, you know what? I've gone several times and we say, find something. I have no fear to go. The police themselves come for her.
Oh God.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is every
And
time she
Yeah.
I remember when she was there and she was saying, I am tired. So apart from what it does to you psychologically, mentally, the physical strain, and anybody know that when you are tired from your brain, your entire body tired.
That
yeah.
is true.
So
That is
it
true.
affects you several ways. And because we look at her mom, in that, first of all, she had to stand to that autopsy. Bless her soul, and one of the strongest women I know. You understand what I'm saying? And
Yes.
when we look and see the toll that it took on her, it affected us as well. So I can always speak from this point and know how the cycle works.
Exactly.
And I
You
had
know,
to take control of myself because after you're miserable, so because of your mother, if you're not mind sharp and miserable when your child will call you, you don't want her to call you. And you understand me? So it's a continued cycle. You have to get control of yourself.
Yeah.
yeah, it's really, trust me, such a blow to us, as it relates to the
It's an
victims.
insult, man. And it's like them
Victims
continue to take
system,
poor people for idiots. You
education
understand what
system
I'm
is all right,
saying?
right? Not two way about that, right? The
Yes.
judicial system is a wreck. So right now, to be honest, Tara, we are going to, so let me start to finish off this with just saying this, that
Hmm.
even with the Transman trial, it's just that right now my hopes is just down on the low, honestly. And,
You know.
I mean, that's all
Because
I'm,
the judge basically threw them a lifeline indirectly
that's all I'm saying,
because of what he did.
right?
Just
I am
threw them a
just,
lifeline.
I am just on the low right now, right? Just, that's it for me, right? But as a fighter, still not give up at all. Still not give up. Still have a fight because Jamaica, we need Jamaica. You understand? And we can get there. And regardless what is what, as I said in previous live, that 85% of Jamaican people are good people.
Oh,
And I do
yes.
believe that, Tara. 85% of us.
I believe
But
so.
exactly. But we're and you know what? Let me point out something to the chat and to you know people in TV land. What I observe and I laugh as I just mentioned the Klansman trial. Now, all these dons, Tara, big
Hmm.
name dons, what we know before. Tara, you know me realize yesterday when I look on I think it was either Bugger Things Media channel or Jamaica Buzz channel. And I realized where they caught Andrew, black man, the Klansman, Dan. He was in the Butchie, the luxurious area in St. Andrew, I think, right? For persons who know the information, right? And I realized that these so-called done, if people need to be aware that guess what? They don't believe that these guys live in the ghetto.
Thank you.
They only use the ghetto to effect so very well in the prominent community and the Bash community and the gated community where you
And
are
they have
living.
ties. They have ties in high places.
Of homes there next to you. So
Okay.
I say, whoa. And you will see the pattern. You will see the pattern. Just check all of them. People, I think, you know, for majority Jamaican, them believe say, okay, all right, them man are day in the ghetto, them living in the ghetto, and them are do things in the ghetto. Them man are not in the ghetto. Right?
Them
Them are living
visit
in the
there and
ghetto.
do what them do and
You understand?
recruit who they want to recruit from the ghetto.
Just look for
You
them.
understand me?
Because the ghetto is depraved. Because the ghetto, you understand, it's not a lot.
Them hungry.
They use the ghetto. They
Exactly.
use it. And even if they were from the ghetto, when them get rich by through the criminal proceeds, they move from the ghetto and them come
Of
now and
course.
live in a prominent safe neighborhood. And here what happened now about that, Tara, they are now growing their children and they themselves are telling their children to stay away from crime. If you notice,
Oh, yes.
what witness number one says that black man did not want his brother, just look at it, to involve in any of number three. And the only thing that he would have his brother to do is maybe go and purchase weapons. So then, okay, oh, you want to protect your family away from crime, protect your family away from certain things, and at the same time, under your influence, you understand the influence to get to you them to do all sort of mayhem. You see that what we say is something where they get to you them for learn.
No, but listen.
Them not live in the ghetto with you guys. Them not in the ghetto with you, right? Them live them live at Beverly Hills. Them live in a you understand, you name
whichever
it.
community they are in, they're not in the
They're not
the
in
gutters. They're not in the gutters.
You
I remember,
understand?
I'm not going to call any name.
Exactly.
There was
And
one. There was
to get the
one.
youth to go and create mayhem.
Yeah, but guess what? And this conversation we are going to cut it, but this could go on. You see? And when you talk about protecting their families, they do that. And guess why? When you see, look at when the police cut down one of these men, you see the baby mother coming out, say, oh, he was a good man, this and that, because they protect their families. They take care of their families. So that's why the family can come out and say, oh, no, him not stay so, because indeed they do right by their family.
But I tell you something. There was a testimony from Jim Brown's daughter. Let me speak up that. And with that testimony, what she said about that testimony, she said that she doesn't know her daddy like that. So when she comes out of her home, right, and the things what she heard about her dad, she doesn't see her father in that light.
Exactly.
Because the father doesn't present that sort of attitude at the home.
Exactly.
Now, for persons who know about Iceman, because Iceman was a serial killer, right? I think Iceman is a Canadian, right? He's from Canada. Iceman was done several killings. It's family. As a matter of fact, his wife was shocked.
Cause they know a loving man.
So
Oh,
guess
son of
what?
mash ants, wear
And
glasses,
we
look.
all see a consistent pattern with all of them. All of
Mm-hmm.
them protect their family, and the image that they project outside in the ghetto and people under their influence, they don't take it at home.
No.
So why are they doing it to others? Why are they doing it to others? Is the evil that surrounds these guys. The evil.
Mm-hmm.
So, we are going to get into my wife segment, and, really thankful, Tara. Boy, we feel so comfortable that you jump up on the live with us, and we really appreciate that, right? So we're looking forward again for you to come back again, Tara, right? Rock with us, or anyone else who want to join us as well. I really appreciate Tara. Big up yourself. One love.
All right. Blessings to you both.
All right.
Thank you so
All
much,
right. Have
Tara.
a wonderful. No problem.
Thanks. All
Okay.
right.
All right, so I'm going to catch up because persons were also contributing to the topic still
Oh, okay.
in the chat. So Ricardo was saying, Ray, talk to me nice on account of him getting the tuxedo jacket.
Oh, okay.
And Michibu is saying, T up checking in. Welcome,
Oh, bless up,
Michibu. Thank
Michibu.
you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for the support. Really appreciate it. Happy Saturday to you again. Michibu is saying hi everyone, and
Do the
go
five.
the five. So high five.
Big up
And
yourself, Michibu.
Green Nation vlog is in the building saying good night.
Well,
Hello,
so Green
everyone.
Nation Green.
If it's not green, it's not Green Nation. Saying
All
hello
right.
to everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate the support. And he's saying hello, host and co-host. And Michibu is saying hi to Green Nation. And Green is saying Michibu blessings. Also saying thumbs up done. Really appreciate that. And also saying that's true, sis. So it's agreeing with what was
Yes.
said. And Bling Vivo is in the
Big
building.
up, Vivo.
Came in with a
All
super
right,
chat.
sir.
Thank you so much for
Thank
that,
you.
Bling.
Yeah, thank you, Bling up. Big up yourself, Bling up.
Okay, really appreciate that. Saying blessings, Mr. Coop. I'm your first super chat.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's the first.
No. And guys, remember super chat is active and also super sticker. So if you want to contribute in any way, feel free to do so. Most time I don't mention it, but okay. Thank you so much, Bling. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And Green is saying, did you all see the documentary they made of the Jamaican dance from Mountain View? It's so hurt to hear all these young men and boys talk. I would love to watch that. Is it on Netflix or is it on YouTube? Let me know because I haven't seen it.
Yes, give us some more information on that because I would love to see that. I would love to, be abreast with that.
And
so give us some more information, Green Nation.
And he's saying they move from the ghetto and buy guns, give them that is there to kill. Oh my God.
Oh yes. Yeah, you see, that is it.
And Tashe Harris is in the building saying, bless up, guys. Welcome, Tashe. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for the support. And guys, remember to like up the live as you come in and share us out if you have a platform and can do so. And Blinger is saying, respect the live. Trust me. Thank you so much, Blinger. Okay. So we are caught up. So we are 2 hours and 33 minutes. So we are going to see how fast we can get through this segment because I know with the time difference, persons are. Yes, that's a long But it was a very interesting topic. So we had to go through it. And Tache is saying, thank you guys. Sammy Boy and Sediment told me about the live. Okay, no problem. Thank you so much again, Sammy and Sediment. Really appreciate that. And again, thank you so much for joining in, Tache. Really appreciate it. And but you can do, guys, anyone in the chat that you're not friends with, you feel free to make friends all around. And I'm sure they'll show you back love at the opportune or the right time. Okay, so Tashi is also saying hi. So guys, tonight I have 5 segments, but I'm not sure if we're going to be able to go through all 5 because, as I said, when we just started, I just literally came in off the road. I've not even eaten or anything yet because we were crunched for time. So we have 2 rounds of spelling, 1 round of countries and capitals, and also have proverbs. 2, 3. Also have proverbs, and I had science and arts. But I think we're gonna maybe do either 3 or 4 and then call it a night because we're already way up ahead in time. All right, so I am gonna go ahead with the first word. And last week, 2 persons suggested that give the meaning for the word as well, because sometimes some of these words you guys have not encountered them before, so I'm gonna give the meaning as well. And Tasha is saying, thank you, Mystic. I feel so at home. Oh, okay, thank you. Really happy that you feel at home. Thank you so much for that. All right, so the first word is literate. Literate. And that means able to read. Literate. Okay, so we only have 2 competitors tonight. All right, so let me just use my phone and refresh and see who came in first. So first on the board with the correct spelling is Tashe. So Tashe is first on the board with the correct spelling. And okay, I went for paper. Okay. So Tashe is first on the board.
Okay.
Correct spelling. Then we have Ricardo. Ricardo is next. Not sure how far we're gonna get into this because right now we're down to just 2 persons spelling. So we'll see if
So
our other
who you said
competitors
first?
will join in as we go along.
You said first?
Tashay, Tashay. And remember, guys, it's $1,000 credit for each round, either digital or flow. Right? So next word is expatriate. Expatriate, which means banish from one's country. So expatriate. Expatriate. Whoa. Bend over my toe. Expatriate. Okay, so let's see who came in first with that spelling. Oops. So first on the board with the correct spelling is, so Tashe was first, but she left off the I. So correct spelling is from Ricardo. So Ricardo got that one. Right, and then word number 3 is vertebrate. Vertebrate. Animals with backbone. Vertebrate. Vertebrate. That should say my bad. Okay. All right, let's see who came in first with the correct spelling. So first on the board with the correct spelling is Ricardo. So Ricardo came in first, and then we have Tashi. Word number 4 is rhizome. Rhizome, thick underground of a stem. Thick underground stem. So that's the meaning of that one, rhizome. Rhizome. Okay, so rhizome. So first on the board with the correct spelling is Ricardo. Then we have Tashi, but it seems that there's some typo that happened there. All right, so number 5 is irrigate. Irrigate, artificial water supply to land. Irrigate. Irrigate. Ricardo said, where everybody there. Ricardo, the same question. And Era asked herself, where everybody gone?
Afraid of Ricky.
I'm going to share out again. Okay, Ricardo, no problem. So, all right. So first on the board, let me just refresh. See who actually came in first, but I only see one correct spelling. So Tashi came in first. Okay, she corrected herself. So Ricardo is first with the correct spelling for irrigate. So let me give him a minute to do another share out.
So what to do? 5? That's the 5th one?
That's the 5th one.
Okay. So
we don't have any persons then.
So score as it is, Tashi 1, Ricardo 1 4.
Okay. All right. A little type to finish.
You didn't finish.
Done another share out. Okay. So are you ready, Ricardo? So he was gonna do another share out. I don't want to run ahead of him. Ready, Ricardo? Okay, says yep. All right. So word number 6 is kernel. 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 Kernel as in inside of a nut. Not the soldier. Kernel inside of a nut. Kernel.
The first one, Tashi.
Yeah, Tashi. So our only person on the board with the correct spelling is Tashi, a kernel. And number 7 is deciduous. 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 Okay. Ricardo Kim was a bit late. So deciduous, word number 7, deciduous, which means trees which lose leaves yearly. Deciduous. Whoa, that was late. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so first on the board with the correct spelling is Ricardo. Then we have Tashi.
Yes.
So Ricardo first.
So we're going to call this one. So based on the score as it is, we are giving this win, right? Oh, we have 3 more? Is this it?
Wait, number 7.
7?
No,
Okay,
so
so we can't call it
you
yet. We
can,
can't call it yet. One
she
more.
still have a
Okay,
chance
we
to
still have a
come up.
chance. We're not
And
going to call it yet.
Alea Muhammad is in the building saying, hi, hello guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank
Big up
you so
yourself,
much
Alea.
for being here, and happy Saturday to you. Really appreciate the support. And Ricardo was saying, well, that was late, laugh out loud. And Leah is saying host. And then they're saying thanks, you're very welcome, and thank you so much again for being here. Really appreciate the support. And Ricardo is saying blessings to Alea and giving a thumbs up. All right, so word number 8 is amphibious. Amphibious, meaning breathe on land or in water. So amphibious. 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 You guys are late, but better late than never. Joining the party.
Big up
spelling.
yourself, Empress.
I knew they would be coming. Oh my goodness. So amphibious, breathe in on land or in water. All right, let's refresh and see who came in first with the correct spelling. Sorry, guys. So first on the board with the correct spelling is Ricardo.
Okay, so we're
So
going to
now
have to
it's
call it
done.
now.
And then we
Okay.
have, hold on, then we have Empress. Welcome, Empress. Thank you so much for coming. Good night, good night. And Tiffany's saying, then Tiffany with amphibious. Okay, Tasha heard assiduous, but then she corrected that. Yes. And Alia is still there. Empress is saying, hey guys, good night, good night, good night, Empress. Thank you so much for coming. She says, Mystic, a busy bad. Okay.
All right.
Understood. No problem, Empress. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And Empress said, Tiff, you did the pan Zoom today. That's the question. All right. So round one went to Ricardo. And Ricardo is saying Empress and hugging her. And Alea was saying stay home. Empress says, hey Ricardo. Tiffany saying hello to Empress. And Tiffany is responding to Empress saying, no, I wasn't. And Tiffany was asking what Zoom you're talking about. Okay, guys, so number 2 segment. So the first word in segment number 2 is euthanasia. Euthanasia, which is assisted painless death. Euthanasia. Empress was saying, oh, because Mrs. somebody named Tiffany Johnson. Okay, I'm just talking about Zoom. You don't know, Zoom meeting. Empress says, and Tiffany saying, I just ate something that makes me drowsy. Yes, Tiffany's not feeling so well.
Yeah.
So hope you will get some good rest tonight. And hopefully feel better tomorrow. Euthanasia. Euthanasia. Put your teeth between your tongue. Euthanasia. All right, so let's see who came in with the correct spelling. Okay, so one person is there with the correct spelling, and that is Empress. Euthanasia. Oh, Tiffany came in first, but Tashi, but then Tiffany corrected herself there. Word number 2 is Empress, I'm tired also, laugh out loud, but keeping up a bit. Okay, thank you so much. And then number 2 is hearse. Hearse, which is a vehicle that carry dead bodies. Hearse.
I don't like the vehicle anymore.
No one likes that vehicle, Baron. Hearse, vehicle that carries dead bodies.
Don't like the vehicle.
I think I'm just going to do maybe just 3 rounds. The 2 spelling and then 1 free for all. Okay, Ricardo ran the first one, so I know you needed to sit out the second one.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm not seeing him. All right, let's see who came in first with the correct spelling there. So first on the oops, no, where was I? Okay, so she did redeem herself. So first on the board with the correct spelling is Empress.
Right.
Empress with the correct spelling for hers. And then Tiffany, Tashi, then Tiffany. Yeah, Tashi, then Tiffany were some typos, but then went back and corrected themselves. So word number 3 is legacy. Legacy, which is property left to someone by will. Legacy. Legacy. Or legacy. All right, so words have started coming back in. So let's see. So first on the board with the correct spelling is Tiffany, then Empress, then Tashi. Right, so word number 4 is fumigate. Fumigate, which means to disinfect by smoke. Fumigate. Fumigate, disinfect by smoke. All right, so let's see who came in first with the correct spelling. So first on the board with the correct spelling is Tiffany. Yep, and okay, she corrected herself, and then we have Tashi in that order. So, yeah. And then we have Romar saying blessings everyone, just stopping by, thumbs up.
Yeah, bless up, Romar.
Thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Happy Friday to you. And Empress is saying my data is bad, no Wi-Fi. Oh, hush, still not back yet. It's been giving her problems from the other day. All right, number 5 is antidote. Antidote. Word number 5, antidote. 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 Oh, I didn't give the video for antidote. Medicine to counteract poison. It's meaning for antidote. Medicine to counteract poison. All right, so let's see who came in first with that correct spelling. So first on the board with the correct spelling is Empress, then Tiffany, then Tashi. Then we have bodily spoken coming in spelling. So thank you so much for being here, spoken. Really appreciate the support. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much again for coming. Oh my goodness. And David is in the building.
Big up yourself, sir.
David. Saying good night, Mystic, and everyone in the chat. Good night, David. Thank you so much
bless
for
yourself,
coming.
David.
Really appreciate it. Hope your son is feeling much better this week. Hope your son is doing much better. And Empress is saying, hey, David. Tiffany said, I don't trust David. And, and it has begun. And David said, completely forgot until I saw Ricky's status. Okay, no problem. Thank you so much for coming. And how's your son doing? And Tiffany is saying, good night, David. And David is saying, yes, he's doing much better now. Okay, great. Thanks. Good to know. Good to know. God is good all the time. All right. So let's continue. Word number, did I look to see? Oh, you got for antidote?
Mhm.
5 antidote. Okay.
With Empress, right?
Oh, yeah. So word number 6 is stethoscope. 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 That device you use to listen to the heart and the lung. Stethoscope. Stethoscope. And Tiffany is saying, Ricardo, you see you. And David is saying, Tiffany, and laughing, and okay. Oh my goodness. All right, so I shouldn't really need to refresh for that one because they're coming in fast.
Mhm.
So, first on the board with the correct spelling is Empress,
Wow.
then Tashe, and then Spoken, and then Tiffany.
Empress finding back form.
And Tiffany said that with laugh, okay, David. Okay, sorry, David said something. David said, don't worry, Tiff, not staying tonight. Have to get up by 4 tomorrow. So then she said that with laugh, okay, David. Ricardo said, I want me to know. Because okay, something that was said from up here. I think Empress said it. All right, so the word number 7 is immune. Immune, which means free or exempt from infection. Immune, free or exempt from infection. Empress said, I literally was on the live, put down the phone and leave, and leave it, didn't remember. Oh my goodness. That's how it goes sometimes, Empress, when you get really busy. And Ricardo is saying, David, call me when you have a chance. Okay. And Tiffany is saying, Ricardo, you need to win the next round. Give me. All right, let's see who came in first with the correct spelling. We have persons coming back in. Okay, so first on the board with the correct spelling, need I say it? Need I say it?
Empress.
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 Empress. Then Spoken, and Tiffany, and David is saying, oh, Ricky. Oh, no, okay, Ricky. Oh, my goodness. Seeing doubles. And Ricardo is looking, and Tiffany is saying, Ricky, why those eyes? And Empress is saying, Mystic me get through now by the help of Almighty God. Yes.
Okay, that is good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Ricardo is saying, oh, I wonder if it's what she was looking about. If it's what you were looking about, congratulations. That's really good. So congratulations for that. I'm really happy for you. And Ricardo is saying, Tiffany, how about I sit out the round and let you win? And Tiffany is saying, no, Ricardo, I take a meds and I drowsy. And no, battery is at 8. So and battery is at 8%. So win it for me. Okay. And Empress training Monday to Friday. Okay, yes.
Awesome.
Same thing that we were thinking. Yes. So congratulations, really happy for you.
Of course.
Really, really happy for you. Know you're going to be super busy.
Yeah.
And then have to come home and be mom to little Prince.
All right.
Oh my goodness. And Empress is saying, thank you so much. You're very welcome. And Ricardo is
Sure, you
saying,
deserve that.
yeah, Ricardo is saying, okay, we'll see then, Tiff. Okay. All right. So I am going to give another word and then continue in the chat. So word number 8 is geology. Geology, the study of rocks and soil. Study of rocks and soil. Geology. Guys, I'm having a headache and eye ache. Geology. And Tiffany saying, see me all the type foolishness. And Empress is saying, so less whitey. Yeah, I realize that. When I upside down face disappointed. That's how it goes. You have to think about life first and your family, because whitey is not paying you. So you have to go out there and look your own bills have to be paid and stuff. And Tiffany saying, congrats, Empress, on whatever it is. As you're coming further down, that's why I'm laughing. Okay, so let's see who first came in with the correct spelling. So first on the board with the correct spelling is Empress. She's getting her mojo back.
So there you have it. We're gonna have to call this one.
Okay, that's 7, 5, 6. Yeah.
Okay, so Empress is the winner for this one. Congratulations, Empress, for winning that $1,000 back.
$1,000 credit.
$1,000 credit.
It's still $1,000 on your phone.
Exactly.
So either way.
You are reiterating. $1,000 credit. We need your book.
Geology, and then we have Spoken came in, and David, and then Tiffany.
So Empress obviously taught this round,
No, that's the last spelling round. It's countries and capitals, so it's another free for all. So we're doing only 3 rounds tonight, guys.
So Ricky can participate.
Round, so it's a free for all round. So congratulations to the winners, and Ricardo and Empress, and so good run for everybody who participated. Thank you so much for that. And we are going to go into countries and capitals. So so I'm gonna give you the country and you give me. Okay. You need to do your job, you know. Tiffany was saying you didn't have to give geology because Empress was leading. Byron looked like he's sleeping dead with laugh. He's not doing a very good job today. All right, so first country is Austria. What is the capital of Austria? Austria. And it's a free for all, so everybody can participate. All right, let me catch up with what I missed in the chat. Geology. Empress is saying, yes, Tiff, thank you. And Empress is saying, guess the good luck star chick back mystic.
Yes.
Show the heart and hug. And Ricardo said, Empress, why that sound like a call center? So and Empress is saying, and it be a good in a mystic, by the help of God, everything will be great.
Of course.
Yes, awesome. You just have to hope and pray, and you just put your best foot forward and give it your best shot.
Exactly.
Give it your all.
And also we should grow into that as well, Empress.
So I wish you all the best in your endeavors.
Exactly.
I hope everything works.
That is so good. That is so wonderful. Good news. And
Empress is saying Ricardo and winking him off. And Empress is saying thanks and doing her cartwheel as usual. And Spoken is saying I was first. Okay. All right, let's go back up.
You mean with the one that Empress got?
But it would still, I don't think so. Spoken
Yeah, but
geology.
yeah, even so, Empress will still win it.
Let me see. Empress. No, if you refresh spoken, what happened is once when you type, you're gonna always come up looking like you came first. But if you refresh the chat, then you will see the correct order. That's why I always refresh before I say who came in first. Because if you just look at it at first glance,
yeah.
everybody's gonna who typed is gonna see themselves coming first. All right. So okay, I read that. Empress saying, good luck, good luck, good luck. And she's dancing. And David saying, I'm jumping off now, guys. Thumbs up, done. Have a good night. Okay, David,
Yes,
no
David.
problem.
What's
Thank you
up?
so much. Thank you so much for dropping in. Really appreciate that. And Spoken is saying, oh boy. And Ricardo is saying, David, check the portal and then call or message me. And he's looking okay. And Tiffany saying, if Empress and Ricky win, I need that round. I don't have any credit to put on my plan. Okay, guys, so you're here. Guys, Tiffany needs somebody to help her out if any one of you guys win. So Empress is saying, Mystic, read my comments now. I'm reading your comments, Empress. Did I miss any? Hope I didn't miss any. Let me just see what order you guys came in first. And then you can let me know if I missed any of your comments, Empress. I thought I read all of them. And Ricardo, okay, so Ricardo came in first with that answer. The capital of Austria is Vienna. And remember, guys, I'm not marking for spelling on this
Ricky?
one. Yes, Ricardo. I'm not marking for spelling on this one as long as I know what you're saying. And then we have Empress. Tiffany said, pass, I don't know. Pass, I don't know the capital. Laughing. And then we have Spoken with Austria. No, Spoken, I give you the country, which is Austria, and you're going to give me the capital of that country. So Austria, and then the capital of Austria is Vienna. So you give me the capital. I give you the country, you tell me the capital. And Sediment is saying, still here, Mystic. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Thank you for staying.
Yeah,
really
man. Big up Sediment.
Support. And Ricardo is saying, the Empress. Wonder if at the same one where midday, because I'm getting some new agents Monday coming in. Okay, I'm looking. Okay. So maybe you guys are gonna be together there. That wouldn't be too bad. Can show the ropes. And Empress say it's not spelling boldly, it's countries and capital. Oh, okay, so Empress is always interpreting it right. I was the person thought I was giving spelling still. Okay. All right, so country number 2 is Belize. Belize. Country number 2 is Belize. Okay. Chat just made a huge jump. Oh my goodness. Empress said, laugh out loud, which is Ricardo. Oh, okay, and Spoken says okay, and Ricardo said it starts with S. And okay, Spoken said okay, now we understand, got it. And Empress said no, the one with I. Okay, so they're talking in their own little language there. And the prison look end with X. Jesus. Are you guys gonna go through all the letters of the alphabet tonight? Are only using constant or the one vowel? And Ricardo said non-promptive. All right, so let's see, and then I will catch up back with. All right, let's do it on my down here. All right. So first on the board with the correct capital is Ricardo, and he even had time to correct himself. It's Belmopan.
So Ricardo for that.
Yes, Belmopan is the capital of. Let me just bring it up here. Belmopan is the capital of Belize, so that's Ricardo on 2. All right, so country number 3 is Bulgaria. Bulgaria. All right, let's go back to where I left off. All right, so Empress is saying, Tiffany, if I tell you how much weeks me struggle, no credit and no Wi-Fi, a data may I use? Oh my goodness, hush, Empress. And Empress say, yes, Ricardo, and laughing. So they're understanding their communication. They're communicating in codes. And Empress is saying, not true, you did skip over. I thought you didn't see it. Okay. And Ricardo is saying Empress, and he's zipping his lips. And Spoken is saying okay, and Empress is saying dead with laugh. Ricky, Empress is saying sediment up, And Sashibu Diva is in the building saying good night, everyone. Good night, Sashibu. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate the continued support. And happy Friday to you. Welcome. Thank you.
Big up yourself, Sashibu.
And Tiffany saying, Sashibu, welcome. Sediment is saying, yes, guys, always feel welcome over here. Over her, I think it's here. Yeah, he corrected that. Okay. I'm glad you guys feel welcome. Thank you so much for still being here. And guys, make sure you go over and support Samibu and Sediment King. They're always on live on weekdays in the evening. Sometimes I don't think they really have a set time. They just set a notification quickly and then they pop up. But they're on in the evenings during the weekdays. So you guys can go over and check them out, show them some love and support. It would be really appreciated. And Ricardo is saying Sashibu, and Sediment is saying Empress Obsess. Okay, and okay, those were the answers coming in. And Empress is saying, and good Sediment, you. And Sediment, okay, also came in with Belopan. And Tiffany is saying Sediment blessings. All right, let's see who came in first with the correct capital.
Is this the last one?
For Bulgaria. Yeah, I'm just guys, I'm just stopping it at 3 because I'm having a headache. I have not eaten yet, and as I said, we are just coming off the road, so I'm very, very tired. So first on the board with the correct capital is Ricardo with Sofia. Capital of Bulgaria is of Sofia. Then we have Empress. Tiffany came in but not the correct response. And then we have Sediments with the correct response as well. Oh my goodness. Tiffany, you make Ricardo jeering you. Sediment is saying, yeah, man, Empress, I'm good. What is it? Manners and respect?
Well,
Something like that. I'm not sure what it meant mean. Empress after school me and that one as well. And Empress saying, well, wife in the Sediment. And Sediment said, Tiffany, blessing. Sediment said, right. Sediment says, she's here, man. Okay, and that's the correct capital for Bulgaria. No, country number 4 is Cambodia. Cambodia. So Tiffany said, where Belgium come from? Ricardo said, where Belgium come from? Tiffany. Sachibu saying hello to Tiffany. And Empress said, Tiffany, where I go with Belgium? And Sashibu saying Empress, and Tiffany saying Ricardo. And me asking dead with laugh. I don't know anything about capital. So the capital of Belgium is Brussels. It's two different countries, Bulgaria and Belgium. All right, and Ricardo is laughing, and Empress is saying, hey, Sashibu, showing virtual heart, and Sashibu is saying, Ricardo, and Tiffany is saying, phone reach 4%. Okay, almost there, Tiffany, hush. And Ricardo is saying, don't worry, Tiff, I got you, and giving thumbs up. And Sedimenti said, really appreciate that, Mystic. Thank you, guys. You are so very welcome. And Empress is saying, he's saying, I'm good, man. Respect. Okay. Thanks for the interpretation, Empress. And so, capital of Cambodia. Okay, we're almost there. One more, and then we're there. And Ricardo is saying, but Empress, that's a good place to start. Though my first job was there, and I was there for 2 years. Okay, so they're communicating there again. All right, let's refresh and see who first came in with that correct capital. So first on the board with the correct capital is Empress, and it's, can I pronounce it? I think the P might be, or the H might be silent. Nomfe. Okay, this is the capital, guys. Not sure how to pronounce that one, but that is the capital of Cambodia. So we have Empress and Ricardo.
Non-pay. Non-pay, the N is silent.
Non-pay?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess Baron got it there, non-pay. That's how it's pronounced. Okay, number 5, and everybody should be getting back quickly with this one. Capital of Canada. What is the capital of Canada? And Empress is saying, yes, Ricardo, it's nice office. Went there one day. Got those 3 tests and pass all 3. Okay, good job. Good job. Congratulations. Yeah, really good. And Ricardo is saying, awesome stuff. And Tiffany is saying, so how you giving word that you can't call? I didn't give the word. I called the word that I wanted to give, but I couldn't pronounce the capital. It's not my fault. Oh my goodness. Anyway, my backup there, I managed to break it down. Okay, so here comes Empress again. So Empress said it's pronounced Phnom Penh. Phnom Penh. Okay. Thank you for that, Empress. Sediment is saying, I don't know any of these answers, dead with laugh. No, sir, I'm laughing. Okay, I read that one. Okay, so the answer is coming back in. So let's see who first came in with the correct answer. So first on the board with the correct answer is Ricardo, Ottawa. Capital of Canada is Ottawa. Then Empress, Tiffany. Oh, Jesus, have mercy. Look here. When I write out the words, because I make me look too bad, you know. I make me look too bad. So write out some of the words. Empress. Empress. It's not office mystic, laugh out loud. OFC means of course. Oh, no, in that department, so don't make me look dunce bad. Oh my goodness. I don't know, something not good with these abbreviations, because I'm from old school where if you're going to say something, you spell it all out, not these shortcuts that everybody's taking these days. So you have to take me back to basics where that is concerned. Oh my God. Okay, so Ottawa, that was Ricardo. Spoken to Ontario. No, a lot of person would think Ontario, or what's the capital of Ontario again? Toronto. Okay, where am I my body life? Baron, where am I my phone? Okay, so country number 6 is Croatia. Croatia. What is the capital of Croatia? Sediment is laughing. question, and is laughing. And Sediment is saying, Empress, tell me them before your time, then laugh out loud. And Tiffany said, I'm just here waiting on Ricky to get 2 more correct. I am cheerleader. Okay, cheer him on, Tiffany. And Empress is saying, loaded with love, Sediment. And Ricardo is saying, Tiffany, and laughing. And Tiffany is saying, where and get office from? Drop and roll in my 60th.
Oh my goodness. You see, we are dinosaurs of their time.
I'm telling you.
So that is the situation. We are not really savvy when it comes to those abbreviations.
Don't make me look dumb.
We are dinosaurs.
In my days, when you're going to school, you have to write out everything unless you get abbreviations to say what's the meaning of this abbreviation or acronym. That's the only time you use them, not to communicate.
Use a shorthand and those stuff. So.
Ricardo said, no abbreviations, guys, I'm laughing. Sentiment is said that with laugh, Empress. And Empress is saying, not too old to learn, each one teach one. That's true, Empress. That is so true. Look, as if I have to go really onto Mr. Google and really look up most of these common abbreviations. So when I see them, but OFC, wouldn't think that was office nowadays. You say, like, to agree with me. where that come from. You say, me on the back of your throat.
No, that support my wife.
But that sound too deep on the back. And Empress is saying, so they meant by the time if you do that, them answer before me, laugh out loud. And so they meant to say, for real, man, so true. Okay, see, I will lock onto that now. And Ricardo is saying, for years, I thought it was Toronto. Yes, I thought so too.
Yeah, even we thought so too.
But then when we came here, we realized, no, it's Ottawa. All right, so let's see who came in with the correct capital. Back foot. Okay, I thought it was only one person. Okay, first on the board with the correct capital is Ricardo, and it's Zagreb. Zagreb is the capital of Croatia. Let me just go down. All right, so can you give the point standing?
Okay, so the point standing, Ricardo on 5 and Empress on 1.
Okay. All right. So Charlie Pin is in the building saying hello, everyone. Hello, Charlie. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate the continued support. Happy Saturday to you and welcome.
Charlie Pin is on our live most week.
Thank you so much for being here. Supporter. And Sediment is saying dead with love, Empress. And Ricardo is saying Charlie Pin blessings. Tiffany is saying, I always thought that Empress was the capital of Canada. On here, come learn about Ottawa. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We thought so too. You're not alone in that department. We
When
thought
we
so
were
for a
actually,
while.
when we were in Jamaica, I thought more or less that Toronto was the
The
capital.
capital. Yeah. And Tiffany is saying, "A true, and laughing." And Charlie is saying hi to Ricardo and a smile. And Tiffany is saying Byron point standing, Ricardo 5 and Empress 1. So yeah, she's questioning about what you
Yes.
answered it already. And Sediment is saying, Empress, you have follow Ricky or you know these. No, sir, you have to go tell me these answers. Sediment or Sabi, Empress was actually the reigning, well,
Champion.
as I say, queen,
Mhm.
king, because she was outdoing everybody, male, female.
Exactly.
She was the reigning one until Ricky stepped foot. No, what's his name there?
Right.
Until Ricky stepped in, and we had oh my God, his name is slipping me now. This is bad. So yeah, Empress is really good in that department, but Ricky now has come in and give her some tough competition.
Yes.
All right, so number 7 is Ecuador. 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 Chadwick. So I'm forgetting. I can't believe Chadwick name slipping me. So it was Empress and Chadwick who were reigning before. All right. So Ricardo is saying, but Tiffany, you keep check man and laughing, and Empress is saying, dead with laugh. I know some of them sediment laughing. And Tiffany is saying, sediment, Empress know this like how she know her name, dead with laugh. And Sediment is saying, laugh out loud. Sammy Boo texted now, gonna give back Sediment the phone because I feel done. I feel oh my God, that's how I feel with the abbreviation. When I see them, sometimes I try to overlook it, but then I have
I'm not far away from you.
Sediment is said.
So, yeah. I will pick up on some of the abbreviations, but and most of them I don't understand them.
And Sediment is saying, laugh out loud is this new generation way of communicating.
Exactly.
Empress is saying, laugh out loud, dead with laugh, Sammy Boo and laughing. And Sediment is saying, Empress or Sammy Boo. And Tiffany is saying, yes, Ricky, I use one hand to count yours and one to count Empress. And Ricardo is saying, but Jesus, and laughing. And Empress is saying, laugh out loud and read. I always thought Empress was the laugh out loud and read. I thought Empress was the capital of Canada. And somebody already talked too much. Oh my God. And she no miss nothing, you know.
Yeah.
She no miss nothing a pass her. Oh my God. Empress was the capital. Oh my God. Oh, but Empress, you're larger now and laughing.
Of Google search. See? Bodily. Smoking say Empress is the capital of Google search.
Guys, the brain is running very slow on glucose. Very slow. Very low. You see me say slow. Very low on glucose.
Need some sugar.
I hardly had breakfast this morning and I did not have dinner yet. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. All right, so we did Ecuador. So let's see who first came in with the correct capital, and then we go on to the next one and then continue with the chat. Oh my God. Slipping up, Brian. We need some sugar.
Mhm.
And it's not the diet, people. It is the capital. Don't add diet to it. So the first person in with the correct response, which is keto, it's not the diet, spelled different too. Keto is Ricardo. So
So we
that's
can call this
6.
now. Yep.
So is that
So that's
6?
it. Yeah.
6, 7. Okay.
So the score as it is, Ricardo on 6 and Empress on 1. So for, I think what, that is the final one on it that we're
Mm-hmm.
doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Ricardo came in.
Congratulations, Ricardo, for winning 2 and Empress winning 1.
Okay. Yeah, you know that, right, Tiffany? Because honestly, I'm having a headache. My eyes hurt, I guess, because I haven't eaten much all day because we're sorting out some situations today. Tiffany saying, and reading all what she does. See, I'm telling you. Stress, man, stress. Empress said, with what Ricardo. And Tiffany saying exactly Empress, and Sediment is laughing out loud, and Ricardo is saying you turn you turn capital for Canada and laughing. And Empress is saying, Ricardo, me not like how you are take up residence over here, so it's still And Ricardo, that's the capital of Ecuador, Quito. And Tiffany is saying, Empress, don't worry, change girl, let Ricky win this one.
It is true.
Just there, okay, problem. Thanks. And Quito and Ricardo is saying, Empress, me supposed to, and laughing. And Ricardo, see the tiff, go on with it. And Empress is just saying, just playing for fun because he's already at it to win, so couldn't outdo him. Okay, and Ricardo said between Empress is the one at Portmore, you go the our town. Lord Jesus. BTW Empress. Let me say BTW because next thing is not between, I don't know, that is between.
I think that's it. I think you're correct.
And Tiffany said, Bap, thank you so much, Ricky. I really appreciate it.
All right.
So Tiffany got
so
that
Tiffany,
one. Ricardo is giving Tiffany that one.
Okay, so let me write Tiffany.
And Empress saying, you will have it all, Tiffany. I'm going to be very busy. And Empress is saying, I should think Portmore because that's where I live. Okay.
So that is for Tiffany, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But still have Ricardo beside it.
Ricardo.
Ricardo says,
Tiffany.
okay, cool. And Empress is saying, congrats, guys. Empress is also saying, so. And Baron, never sleep tonight.
No, I never sleep, Empress.
No, I'm not sleeping tonight. And Tiffany said, no, I won't. Empress, I'm already busy. I'm not really on YT as well. Yeah, because I was looking to see if you had anything recent, and I saw it was quite some time ago. I think it's over a month ago. So I've been trying to do some catching up because, as you know, with my work and stuff, most of the time I'm playing catching up. So guys, just please bear with me because it's not really easy on me right now. And right now I'm going through a little bit of a stressful situation because somebody ran into the back of my vehicle yesterday while it was parked because the road was very slippery. So I had to be dealing with insurance stuff. When I just came in, I just went to the rent-a-car company to pick up a vehicle that I'll be using because the insurance company arranged for me to get a vehicle to use in the interim. Right now, the back of my vehicle is really bad because she had no control. Yesterday, it was slip and slide. We were driving on a skating rink. The brakes weren't really holding. So unfortunate that she just did her hands like this, and I watched her just slide into my vehicle and just hit it and just pushed it away, and then her airbags just deployed. But luckily, she wasn't hurt. I wasn't in there. I was standing on the side of the road, so luckily, nobody really got hurt seriously. So Just dealing with that situation too. Let me see where. I need a run load of glucose. I'm telling you, honestly, I haven't even had breakfast this morning, and I really need to eat something. Yeah. And Ricardo is saying, no, just leave it there. Let me sort them out tomorrow. Come down and sort them out tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And Ricardo is saying, no, so you need to go eat and get something to eat and get some
I'm
rest.
running to my bed now because I have to leave out early in the morning. So really thank you, to be a part, of us on a weekly basis. We really, really appreciate you. And, love you guys. And again, see you next week. All right? Stay tuned, and I hope, you enjoy, your weekend as well. Right? Thank you all for coming.
All right. Okay. All right. So, get to tonight, fall asleep.
No. Empress, when we want to see me asleep.
We're another Kodak moment. So Empress is saying, well, Ricky will enjoy. And Tiffany is saying, Baron, call the game so Ricky win. And Ricardo is saying, Empress, may I give the winnings there? Yes. Ricardo said, Empress, may I give the winnings there? Empress is saying, I can't stand this game's not going 5 rounds in a always weird video rounds, which I have a chance in that round. Hush, Empress, but it really can't go anymore tonight. And Ricardo is saying, Empress, go and laughing. And sorry, Tiffany is saying, so Ricardo, you're giving me this one, right? And Spoken is saying, I had Kingston type a wait for you to ask for Jamaica. Oh my God, guys. And Ricardo is saying, wait, and Empress, a Tiffany mid say. A Tiffany, wait, not Empress, a Tiffany mid say, yes, because that's why I was really looking with wrinkled face, because I'm like, I thought he said Tiffany, but yeah. Empress is saying, BTW means, Jesus. In my time, BTW meant between, not by the way. So I really have to learn these things. Oh my God. And Ricardo is driving it home. BTW means by the way. Okay. I'll try to remember that one. And Empress is saying, me love my name. No, Empress saying, you love my name, Ricardo. And Ricardo say, it looks so, I'm laughing. And Empress say, you're lucky you never sleep, because I definitely rewatch just to capture that picture and laughing. And Empress is saying, laugh out loud, probably love the person, just not the name whenever you meet me. And Ricardo is Tiffany saying, okay, Ricky, thanks. And Empress is saying, oh no, sorry to hear that, and hope it's nothing to burn your pocket too much. Oh no. No, Empress, I have very good insurance, so my insurance is gonna cover it for now, and then they're gonna reclaim from the person who hit me insurance, because I was hit from behind, so she's responsible for fixing my vehicle. But to expedite stuff so I can get my vehicle back, my insurance company is just gonna take care of it, and then they reimburse. So it's not gonna cost me anything, but it's just that the whole incident, I'm still a bit upset over that. Charlie's saying that could be the meaning too, Charlie. Charlie says BTW means big thick woman. Oh my God. And Spoken is saying she should have asked Jesus to take the wheel. Yes, but he did take the wheel, because I was sitting in the vehicle initially and waiting on Baron to come, because I almost went out just of leaving the house here and going out to join the highway traffic. I almost went out in the traffic because the brake was just not holding on the ice. I had to remember what I was taught and then shadow the brake a little bit, and then put it down for it. It was sort of on the road, and I just barely stopped shy of going out into the highway. I was so frightened. I was thinking of turning back, but I said, let me continue because when you get on the highway, it looked a bit better. But when you get on the side roads again, that's where the problem started. And I was just watching vehicles slipping and sliding. One lady flew off the road behind me, went over into the ditch, but she managed to catch herself, came back out, drive on the sidewalk, and went along her merry way. But this other lady, she just could not. I just watched her coming and watch. I was on the phone with her and I said, my car is going to get hit. I just literally stood there and could not do anything. I was sitting in the vehicle and a voice said, get out of the vehicle and stand on the side of the road. And that's what I did. It was super cold. Because I was saying to myself, it's so cold. But then I said, you know what? With all of this slipping and sliding, it's best I stand on the side of the road. And luckily I did. Because the impact that she hit that vehicle with, the airbag just went right away. My vehicle just went flying and then stopped. And I was like, oh my God. Oh. And Empress said Charlie and laughing. And Tiffany saying Charlie Pin and laughing. And Ricardo is saying Charlie and laughing. And Empress is saying Baron asleep too much. Wait till I'm done reading and show. And Ricardo is saying go on and don't make Empress take your picture. So that was for Baron. And oops, jumped again. And Charlie saying, no, I swear you're all somebody told me that the other day. Y'all, no, I swear y'all, I don't know. It's Wiz BTW, by the way. Okay. Oh my God. And Empress is saying, hope everything goes well. And thank you so much, Empress. Really appreciate that. And when Wendy is saying good night, everyone in traffic. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Hope you're in by now. Thank you for coming. Happy Friday to you. And Spoken is saying there were a few accidents in the Bronx last night after the rain. Yeah, because that's what happened. We had the heavy snow, I think, a week and a half ago, and then it started melting. And then it got super cold yesterday with light snow, and then it just turned into a rink. It's like when you take a piece of ice out the fridge and suck it off and you see that clear ice. That's the road yesterday. So everybody was just slip and sliding, going sideways, spinning around. It was just crazy. And Wendy is saying, Smith is saying, oh my God, and saying, good thing you follow your mind and came out of the vehicle. Yeah, because I literally heard a voice said, just stand on the side of the road. And it said, yes, I'm in. Okay. All right, guys. So thank you guys so much for coming. Really appreciate it. Sorry I had to cut it short, but honestly, I need to go get something to eat. And I know you guys are really tired as well because you guys are 2 hours ahead. So you're at 10:43. I am just at 8:43. So I know you guys are tired. Hopefully next week, because I was supposed to be working next week, Friday morning, but I swapped that shift so that we could do the live on time, because each time I work, it's a later start. So I already worked that one out. So hopefully, I don't know if we can try a bit earlier start next week and then see how much we can cover. And as Tiffany suggested, we need to try and separate the discussion from the games, because it's causing it to get longer and longer, because everybody is enjoying the discussion, then it goes way over the time that is allotted for Baron, and then the game is cut short. So we're gonna look into that and see if we can try and separate the two. But you guys know that both of us have to work, so we'll have to try and see how best we can do that if it's possible. And Wendy's saying thumbs up the live stream, guys. Thank you so much for that and saying you're welcome. Okay, guys, so good night to everybody again. Have a blessed and wonderful weekend. And thank you again so much for joining in. Really appreciate the love and support that you guys show each and every week, and also the fun and laughter that you guys contribute and make this the success that it has been each Friday. Really appreciate you guys. Smith is saying yes, and then you have to cut the discussion short when it can go longer. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. So we're gonna try and separate it, and we're gonna try and revamp how we do the games. I'm asking my son, who is the IT person, because I'm technologically, what the word I'm looking for. I'm not technologically savvy, so my son is the one who helps us out technology wise. So I'm asking him to sort of help us out in revamping how we do the game so that we can have it up on the screen and all of that. So hopefully we'll get that done. Yeah. So saying good night. Good night, everyone. T Nation checking out with her sixth self. Feel better soon, Tiffany. And thank you so much for sticking around, although you've not been feeling well. And if it's the same number that you want me to send the credit to, hit me up on IG. Let me know. If it's this, if nothing's changed, then I'll just use the same number. But if it's changed, then let me know. And guys, same thing for Ricardo and Empress. I know it's you use the same number. Ricardo, you have two different numbers that you interchange with, so you can let me know which one you want me to put it through to. And again, okay, yes, same number. Okay, no problem, Tiffany. Okay, guys, so again, good night, good night, good night. Have a blessed and wonderful weekend, and you stay safe out there.